first, straight into it, alright? How we going, lad? Welcome along, lads. You're probably wondering what am I doing here. My name is Seán Carroll. If anyone doesn't know of me, and I've hijacked the Cúilín Media end of year show. I have a few questions for them now. We have a head-to-head quiz. We have down ourselves Seamus Brady and Aaron on one side of the field. How are you, lads? Are you keeping?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keeping well. Cheers, Sean, for jumping on and presenting the show. Looking forward to the quiz, and hopefully, it's been disappointing year in some ways for Dublin. So hopefully, myself and Seamus can carry the torch well today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Seamus, how are you feeling? Are you confident enough for?
Sure. When is the dub never confident? Looking forward to diving in for the quiz, everything like that. Myself and Aaron will make a good team. Aaron's Christmas jumper there is phenomenal, so I think that's already 1-0 to us. The Dublin crests in the jumper, everything like that.
Oh, is it? Class.
Thanks for jumping on, Sean. Pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, look, I'm honored. I remember I was on it with you after I think it was Leinster final, I think it was as well. So it's an honour to be here. And then on the other corner we have Liam and we have the GA Statsman, the Gaelic Statsman, Matthew. How are you, lads? Are you keeping well?
Yeah, sure, all good. Like what I will say, Aaron has the Dublin Christmas jumper. I have a retro Cork jersey on here, so I'm representing the Pulchies on this pod. So and Liam is too with the Cormac half it down below too. So we're ready. Liam, I hope you're ready.
Yeah, and hopefully I won't cause as much trouble as my club has this year in Leinster. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Cormac had a good run this year, didn't they? To be fair, obviously I mean for Kenya, I know Ballahale end up winning stuff. But so are you ready to go now? I know we have 3 rounds with 4. I come up with a round for myself, and it is guess the player. So I've basically have a hurler and I have a Gaelic footballer as well. Okay, so. Who wants the hurler? Who wants the footballer? What are we going to work it? Or I think Aaron knows a bit about hurling. I think Aaron knows a bit about hurling. Does he?
Yeah. Hurling's my specialty subject.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Dublin had a good year in the hurling, so
we did. We're in Limerick now, so
we'll win.
Is it more of a hurling county now? I don't know. Than the football.
John will do.
Yeah, there's probably a mix.
In the spirit of fairness, we'll flip for it, right? So I'll throw it over to my fellow Ginger, Liam. Heads or tails, and the hurler is heads, and the footballer is tails. And I'll be honest about which one you get.
Right, sure. We'll go heads. So,
all right, tails. So you guys get the hurler. And me and Aaron get the footballer.
Okay, so you, Seamus and Liam, or Aaron, sorry, you're first. Okay, so for the footballer, this footballer has won 2 All-Ireland football medals. I'm going hard enough now for the clues. So,
how many All-Irelands?
2.
Just county.
The county might give it away now. To be fair. Okay.
No, but I mean county All-Ireland wins or club. All-Ireland wins.
County, yeah. 2 of these county, inter-county, yeah. Okay. One next clue then.
Yeah.
And obviously, if anyone's watching this and get involved as well, that's okay. If they find out. Okay, so this player is.
I'm hiding the comments. Aaron, hide the comments.
Don't cheating now. So this player, he's retired. He's a retired Gaelic footballer.
Okay. I
don't know if that opens any windows more. Any guesses early on, though? Or do you know guesses as of yet?
I think it's brave to fire now.
Two All-Ireland wins.
How many guesses do we have, Sean? Are we saying?
Well, what way do you want to do it? Do you want to do?
Surely not.
Do 3 lives each? Oh, you're down to 1 man, are you?
Bailed on me.
You can do it
just when I needed the most. Bailed on me.
I think Seamus, I think you can do it on your own anyway. So
I'll carry on, and then. This is unbelievable as well, because when we have the awards, one of the funny moments of the year is getting billed out with the live stream. So, this is
okay. So basically onto the 3rd clue. You might get this one out, and it might be more of a thing. So Do we keep going? Or do you want to wait?
Yeah,
Yeah, go
keep going. I'm
Okay,
happy
so as I said, this player has won 2 All-Ireland medals. He's retired. He was mainly famous in the 90s in terms of Gaelic football.
Okay.
That was his highlights, like he's prime, you could say.
Okay. So off the bat, I'm thinking Down won 2 All Irelands in the 90s. Meath won at the tail end. I have a weird feeling Meath won 2. Trevor Giles was right up there. Is it Trevor Giles?
It is Trevor Giles. Do you know what? The next clue was going to be this. It was going to be this jersey right here.
Ah, yeah. The iconic.
There you go, yeah.
Aaron, you needn't worry. I got it.
You got
Trevor Giles.
Grand. No, but yeah, that was all part of the plan, you know. It was just, you know, put the spotlight on you.
On search.
Go to the bench. Yeah.
Yeah. What a player he was. What a player he was. And yeah, obviously the jersey. I was just showing the jersey, Aaron. I know you don't want to see a Meath jersey at the minute. But that was the jersey with that obviously infamous he cut the sleeves off as well. So that was, you basically got, would you say, for 1 point, 2? Yeah, okay. We'll figure out the scores at the end of the round. Okay, so are you ready to go then, Matthew and Liam? You're going for the hurler. Things, okay.
We'll
give it a go. Sure, what could go wrong? Like, okay. So this player commonly wears the number 14 jersey.
Okay.
Any guesses? No,
not a chance.
Okay.
Off the bat.
This player has won 3 All-Ireland medals now.
3. Okay. I have a weird.
I think Matthew knows it already.
I might know it already, but well.
Do you want to keep going with the 14? But no, I think he's gone out of my head now because I don't think he's won 3 All-Irelands.
Right. Okay. So for this player's club, he wears green and red, and a bit of white as well.
Yeah. I think. Wait. I have to think.
I think I might know it.
I think I know it as well.
Do you want to hazard a guess? You can hazard a guess if you want.
Is he Liam? Are you think you're a player from Munster?
Yeah.
I am as well. From Tip?
Yes.
Same. Would I say it?
Yeah.
Seamus Cannon.
No, it's not.
That's
This player's still playing, by the way. That's one thing.
They've got 3 guesses. Yeah, they've got 3 guesses.
I was gonna say John McGrath.
Yeah, John McGrath. Is the one. Okay, there you go.
2016, 2019, 2025 won the All-Ireland.
Yeah, boom, yeah. I thought this year might turn off a bit, but I'm sorry, Matthew, I didn't want to bring back up the All-Ireland this year, but
to be fair, Camden has 3 All-Irelands, so I mean, it wasn't the worst guess, to be fair. So
yeah, exactly, yeah. So what? Yeah, go on there.
Yeah, I'm happy. So is that's round 1 in the books, is it? So we both get 1 point from round 1.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
and then 2. You want to take this away? Round 2. Intercounty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, intercounty. Yeah, we have 10 questions here, and we're going to give you 5. Is that 5 each between the 2 teams?
Yeah, 5 each, and then if we don't get it, the other team gets a crack at stealing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So Seamus and Aaron are going to go first, are you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Aaron, please stay with me this time.
No, we've changed. We've got. I don't know what's going on with the camera, so I've switched over to the webcam now. So we should be okay.
Yeah. Were you prepping much for this now? Are you doing much knowledge, or I know you have a good knowledge anyway, but were you kind of preparing yourself for the intercounty?
For 7 hours yesterday, just running through the history of the GA.
Okay, well,
84.
I don't think they're that hard. I think knowing all of your knowledge combined, and I think you should ace this one. Round 1 anyway. I think they get harder as you go on. But so we start in first 5 for Seamus and Aaron then. And as I said in the comments, get involved. I think there's a few comments coming in for John McGrath there as well. So fair play to everyone getting it right. Okay, so for the first question, what county won the 2025 All-Ireland Senior Football Championship? And it's straight off the bat, like. Yeah. Straight off that 1 out of 1. Okay. Who was the manager of the 2025 All-Ireland Hurling Championship winning team? Hurling.
Liam Cahill.
Yeah, bang on. 2 out of 2, lads are going well. I said they're easy, but I think they might get harder. In 2025, who won the Munster Senior Football Championship? Senior Football, Munster.
Kerry.
Yep, they're fairly dominant down there, aren't they? Like, okay. Which player scored the most points in the 2025 All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship?
Overall or like just points?
Yeah. Which player? Yeah. Overall, yeah.
Overall. You see, oh, mate, this isn't fair because Matthew's going to steal this in a heartbeat if we don't get it, man. I mean,
does he know it?
Does Matthew know stats?
Yeah.
Top scorer.
Is that a player? Hold on. Which player? Yeah. The thing is with ChatGPT, sometimes I put these questions in and it says the answer. It's an insert answer based on 2025 outcome. So there's no. Let me Google that while I get it up there. You think about it.
Whatever Matthew says is the correct answer. So
yeah,
I'm thinking like it's so obvious to go for someone like a John McGrath that was so brilliant, but I'm thinking Jason Ford was the free taker for Tip the whole way.
I would have said Patrick Horgan.
Horgan could.
Okay. This I think I have the right answer for this now. Matthew can confirm or not, but I'm not going to read out. But it's interesting enough now.
I thought you were going to read it there right there.
No.
Okay.
No.
Time limit, man. All right. I feel like we take a stab. I'm thinking it's either Horgan.
Okay.
Or
could it be Darren McCarthy? Maybe. Oh, yeah.
No, it's either Horgan or Jason Ford or John McGrath, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think it's McGrath because he wasn't taking frees.
Oh, I think he scored the most from play, but
think a bit I'll
say Huggy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Patrick Horgan. Lock it in.
It's not Patrick Horgan. Come on, go off Google here. It's not Patrick Horgan. Do you want to know the answer? Or
Matthew's going to steal it. Go on.
Do you want to go? Sorry, yeah, you can tell. Yeah,
just to clarify, Sean.
Go on.
Just to clarify, it's overall, isn't it? It's overall.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Overall, right? Not from play. Seán Carroll.
Yeah, bang on, Seán Carroll.
That's terrible, Aaron. That is absolutely terrible.
Just to clarify,
Patrick
Horgan.
Fake dubs.
For the record, do you know how many points he got in total? Seán Carroll, Matthew.
Something 68 off the top of my head. I'm going to say 468.
Yeah, bang on.
Oh my god, man. That is mental.
I was trying to go for the game. I was like, wait, what he's going.
So Patrick Horgan was 4th, Lee Chin was 3rd, Cotton Mannion 2nd, and then Seán Carroll.
The fact that Lee Chin is 3rd, even though Wexford didn't get out of Leinster, is crazy.
So where was TJ actually? TJ was 6th, Jason Ford 5th. Okay.
I was going to say TJ definitely was nowhere near top 5 because he didn't play. I don't think he played like the opening 2 rounds, and then sure. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Some of the comments rolling in here. Mossy Keown, good shout to here, TJ. So that leaves you on 3 points out of 4, is it? If I'm correct.
Yeah, 3 out of 4.
And then so did they get a point for that then? The 2 boys.
They got a point for that. Yeah.
Okay, so it's getting interesting here now. I hope you're all enjoying it at home as well. So, okay, on to question 5 then. Who was relegated from Division 1 of the 2025 Alliance Football League?
Okay. Tyrone went down, I remember that.
Derry as well.
Tyrone and Derry.
Wait, is it Division 1? Again, ChatGPT doesn't, so I'm going to load up.
Yeah, Tyrone and Derry.
You reckon? Well, you're probably all right because I don't know about football.
I remember Tyrone went down.
ChatGPT as well.
Yeah, I remember on that day, Tyrone were at one point in the second half, they were in the league final. And
they
were relegated. That was nuts final day.
Derry got like what?
Tyrone. Tyrone, you reckon you said, yeah?
Tyrone and Derry.
Yeah, that's spot on. So that's 4 points out of 5. You're not going too bad, let's be fair. Okay, so who was named? Just question 6. Sorry, who was named Player of the Year in football?
For the 2 lads, is it? This for the 2 boys.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So sorry, lads. I'm getting carried away with myself here. So 4 out of 5. Chef's Aaron, not too bad. Okay, I'm coming across the boys Matthew and Liam. Your first question: Who was named Player of the Year in football for 2025?
David Clifford.
Yeah, that's a handy one. I think anyone could name that. I think he's just so good, isn't he? Like he's unbelievable. Yeah, okay. Right, 1 out of 1, lads. Not going too bad. Which county? Okay, which county hosted the 2025 All Ireland hurling final? This is ChatGPT's questions finest, lads. I tell you what. I was looking at it, is that a trick question or something?
Yeah, I feel like surely we scrapped that one. Take a minute.
Yeah. I actually have a question. I actually got my own question written down. Will I list that one?
Yeah, I'd say throw in one of them.
I'm gonna sub that one because the boys are too good for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who scored the third goal in the All Ireland semi-final, Kilkenny versus Tipperary? The third goal for Tipperary, and I was there, and I was heartbroken. So,
I was there too. I need to think now. John McGrath got the first one.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. Was it Ford or was it? I think it was Ford. I think McCarthy got the second one, the one where he batted it into the net, and I don't know who got the fourth.
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to agree with that. Yeah, so between them two as well.
Jason Ford, is it going for? Is it? Or
I'm gonna go with Ford.
Going Jason Ford or William?
Yeah, bang on, Jason Ford. Yeah, third goal. He kind of flicked it over. Murphy's head, if you remember that. Unbelievable.
I had a Kilkenny jersey on that day, so I felt your pain.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm raging. It was actually such a good game. Like we were unlucky. Like I don't know, we were unlucky. But look, fair play to Tipperary. They went on to win it. So, okay, on to the next question. Maybe a bit of a difficult one, but okay. I actually have an alternate question that's similar to this on my list as well. So in 2025, which team won the Leinster Senior Football Championship? Now, that's very easy, but I could ask you, what was the final score in that match?
3-14 to 118 to Loud.
3-18 to
fair play.
Jeez, they're on fire here, lads. Tell you what, that's fair going. That's fair going.
Sorry, Matt,
so
yeah. You knew
it. Yeah, I suppose.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who did Kilkenny defeat in the 2025 Leinster hurling final? Leinster hurling final. There was a couple of teams going around there this year in the hurling, and yeah. Galway. Yeah. There's Galway. Yeah. Bang on.
Oh no.
Oh, we've lost.
Oh no.
It's transition from me to Sean now. Unless someone is turning the lights off.
1 minute now.
Here we are.
1 minute.
Oh, we're back.
1 minute now. Gee, someone tried to ring me there now. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's very embarrassing. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you. It's a tip for the horses.
Okay. Where are we on to now?
So that's 5 from 5 for the two of them.
Yeah. Just I wanted. Oh yeah, because you saw the question, didn't you? So there is one more, but I didn't name that anyway.
Yeah,
but it's simple anyway. Yeah. Okay, in 2025, which two counties were in the All Ireland Senior Hurling Football Final?
Yeah. The hurling and football.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Which teams were in both?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Donegal and Kerry in the football, Chip and Cork in the hurling.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, lads. And did they get the point for stealing? Or no, so it's 5-4 to them. And this round.
They got all 5 of their questions, so it's 6-4.
6-4, yeah. For being honest.
Big.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel after that? You kind of disappointed? There's one of the questions throwing you off there.
Yeah, quite nervous because I know that given the standard of those questions in terms of how easy they were, I don't think the boys are going to make any mistakes with the questions. I propose something a little bit different, lads. I'd be interested to get your opinion. Sean, you can play both sides here. What about in the next round, about the club championships? We quiz each other. And be fair, like gentleman code and everything like that. Couple of hard questions, couple of easy questions, everything like that. But we could do that. Me and Aaron and Sean ask Matthew and Liam 5 questions, and then Matthew, Sean, and Liam ask myself and Aaron 5 questions, and go 2 relatively easy, 1 medium, and 2 hard. What are you thinking, lads?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Have you questions? There? You have or like?
No, I have the people ready to go. I have the club championship stats open up in front of me here.
Okay, so good to go.
All right. So first one I'll go with. I'll come up with one, then Sean, you come up with one, Aaron, and you come up with one. How about that?
Right, so
Yeah, okay, that sounds
good,
a bit, yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
And I was
Alright.
get involved in the comments as well.
Absolutely. Anybody as well, if anybody has a good question in the comments and thinks that it's kind of on the level, throw it into the comments there as well. And then this round is not with any help from, online instruments, stuff like that to create the quiz. This is purely us, and round 3 is the club championships of 2025.
Okay.
So my first question, I'll take the first one. I'll go to Matthew and Talim.
Yeah.
Ballygunner recently set that record in Waterford. How many Waterford hurling championships have Ballygunner won in a row?
13.
That's one of the easy ones in the books. Can't argue with that. 7-4
very
to the
good.
boys. Sean, you go with the next easy question.
Yeah, just for it, can it be junior, or it has to be senior club, or can it be intermediate, or?
Be whatever. As long as you think it's an easy enough question.
Yeah, I think it is. Okay, I'm going to go for a Kilkenny question here. Who won the intermediate Kilkenny championship in 2025?
Danesford.
Yeah. Okay. That sounded very easy for you. Yeah.
Close, man.
Okay, I thought I would for the fact the bet was in the semi-finals, so I'm glad I'm done a Magan, so the bet was in the semi-finals. So they had a good year, to be fair to them. Okay, that's 2 out of 2, lads. You're absolutely steamrolling this, like.
All right, Aaron.
Okay.
Medium question is yours.
So I suppose top scorer in the Cork Premier Senior Hurling Championship
Overall or from play?
overall.
Patrick Horgan.
I don't know the answer, so we're just gonna have to trust Matthew in regards to that. To be fair, well, I think it was an easy one.
What was it, Patrick?
Is there a way to find that out?
Yeah, you can't do. Surely Patrick Horton. Yeah.
You're just
There, is it?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Patrick Horgan was the championship's top scorer with 5 goals and 39 points. Correct.
Fair
Well
play.
done,
There you
Matthew.
go.
There
That's
we go.
another
Fair
one in
play.
the books.
Good man.
He really is a stats man.
Aaron, do you have a hard one? Or Sean, do you have a hard one? We can come up with a couple of hard ones.
For the 2 boys.
For the 2 boys, yeah.
Okay, I'll just I'm flicking through a few questions here. You want to go ahead? I'm trying to look at the hardest ones here now. Okay.
We've 2 hard ones to give the lads. So,
Okay, this is not too hard, but it's actually, now that I think about it, it's really easy because anyway, who won the 2025 Galway Senior Hurling Club Championship?
Loughrea.
Okay, yeah. That wasn't hard. Look, when I read it first,
the tiger, look.
I have a bit of a tricky. I have a bit of a tricky one for the lads.
Let's
So
do it.
what was the score in the Dublin hurling final?
120 to 22 points.
Okay,
Jeez.
fair play.
Jesus.
I thought
Serious one.
maybe with exact scores,
Yeah.
There's a bit of kind of margin for error there, but no, fair play. Fucking hell.
Lads, I hate to say it. That's 5 from 5 for the boys
Yeah,
on
jeez.
the club championship. Aaron, it's literally we have to get 5 from 5 here.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
Right.
Boys, take
So
it away.
I'm asking, me and the boys are asking you questions now. That's it. Grand.
Yeah.
Okay, will I go first or?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, I have a hard one that I was actually going to ask the lads. I'd be interested if they know it. So I'm going to stick on the Kilkenny team since so who won the junior championship in Kilkenny this year? I might put you on the thinking hat on.
This is one of the hard ones, lads.
Do you know
Where
it?
were the last round?
Do you know
know
it?
it. I think.
Yeah.
Match, man, we're cooked. We're
I
I think they won it for the first time in since I don't know 30 years or something, was it?
Yeah. I know they played Drumcullen in the junior championship in Leinster.
Yeah. They lost then, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you
Actually,
say?
Huh?
No. You said they lost 2. I thought you said the answer. I was like, hang on.
No.
Wait a minute. Is it the Junior Hurling Championship, is it?
Junior.
yeah, Kilkenny, yeah.
Hurling, yeah.
They're a good old club down there.
I'm gonna take a swing. I'm gonna take a swing in the dark.
Can we take a lifeline from the comments there? That's what Dublin is great.
No.
Yeah.
I'll take a swing in the dark. I'll take a swing in the dark. And this is definitely wrong. But I didn't hear much of this club at senior level, but I heard good things, so I'm gonna guess Tullaroan.
No, it's not Tullaroan. They're a senior club in Kenny. They won the intermediate back in 2020. The intermediate I learned Tullaroan, by the way. But it wasn't. So, do you want to give out the answer? Do you know the answer, boys?
Yeah, go on, boys. Take it away.
You know, Bar Rangers.
Yeah, it was Bar Rangers. Yeah.
Rangers,
Okay, so that was my hard question. Do you have any questions? You have a question for the boys? Work away. I'll come up with a few more.
I have one. Right. How many goals did St. Finbar score in the Cork quarter-final against Castlehaven this year?
That's tough. That is really tough. It must have been a decent number.
It was 6.
Like it must have been. If it, like...
I think 6 is jumping out at me.
Go with it. Go with your gut, man.
Let's do it. 6, baby.
Yeah.
Was it?
Correct answer. Yeah.
Go on, Aaron. Let's go.
That's it.
Needed that.
Help me now.
Fair guess.
All right, now it's the medium and easy ones, lad.
Right. How many points did Rory Began score in the Ulster Club football final for Scottstown?
What? Is this the medium one?
I'd say medium enough, yeah.
Or like the hard question that you just got of who won the Galway Hurling Championship?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. I didn't know who I was talking to here that did know that. I thought of it as I was saying. But, yeah.
I'm only messing. What was the question?
10, maybe, was it? 10? No, I don't know.
How many points did Rory Began score in the Ulster football final for Scottstown?
He scored because it was literally in that clip. It's either 10 or 11.
Yeah.
It's literally either 10 or 11.
Or was it 9? It could have been 9.
No, it was definitely double digits. 11 points.
Shit. Yeah.
Yes! Come on, man. We're back in this. We're not done. We're not
few
done.
2-pointers in there, was it? A few 2-pointers in there, I think, was it?
Yeah, for sure. A few 2-pointers. If it's begging, you know it's it. Lads, Peter Griffin has fired in a question. Would this be something that we could use? I do know the answer, though, so be careful.
Came back to help him before.
Where is it?
Great question, Peter. I don't think we'll use it just because.
Oh, yeah.
Who am I? Right it out.
Oh, I know the answer, yeah.
Who am I? Despite retiring from senior club football last year, I came back to help them at 47.
I think it's Alan Wood is the club. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have, yeah.
Johnny.
Some player, neat.
Some player, but so we've got 2 easy questions now. So take them away.
Okay.
And like for reference, so I said how many Waterford titles have.
Yeah.
It's like
okay. I'm going to stick on the Kenny trend. How many hurling titles have Ballyhale won now?
All Ireland's or
club titles.
All Ireland club hurling titles.
Just county club titles.
Oh, county.
They recently, for a hint, they recently went top because they won it this year.
Jesus, man, I'd have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
I think I might know this. I think I saw it somewhere.
They only went top this year. Yeah.
I have no idea. I have a feeling it's. Yeah, but why not?
I have
17?
a feeling.
Do you know what, lads?
Liam knows it.
Is it 21?
Yeah, it is 21.
Oh my god!
Gee, that's fair guess. Gee, that's some guess. I thought.
Definitely not.
Serious going.
Outrageous, man. Outrageous. All right.
So
Final easy
one more question.
We need this.
Who shockingly got to the League Senior Football Championship final this year?
What is it?
Cam Ross.
No.
Wait, football.
Football, yeah.
What is it?
Who shockingly got to the League Senior Football Championship final this year for the first time in their history?
Oh. Cordwood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We back, baby.
okay, so,
Yeah. Just
All right,
ignore
so
my-
what is
Scores now at this stage. What's the scores now? I know that they've stolen 3 from us.
the first round was 6-4, and then
Yeah.
they got 5 in the next round. So let me add it. They're 11. I should have been doing this. Okay, 11-2. How much did you get? You got 3 in this round, was it?
We got 3, yeah, and they took 2.
Mhm.
So they're
So I think we're
3
at
clear.
7, maybe 7
So
or
it's
8.
13-7 is what I'm seeing to them. 13-7.
Yeah, because this point swings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
13-7.
Okay.
There you go. So that's not bad. Not bad going.
I don't know about you,
We're
but
still
I'm
in-
really
we're
happy
still in
with that Kilkenny one. I'm really happy with that Kilkenny one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That was serious shout, yeah.
I think it was only because I was so interested in that game because we were playing the winners that it just popped up out of nowhere. But then I also turned to my father and said, "Fuck the record, we're gonna knock them out." But that didn't happen, obviously. So
All right. That round's in the
Yeah.
books. Sean, will you fire it in the next prompt? Will you just say up the difficulty and give me general GA knowledge? 5 questions.
I was just reading through the round 4 there, and I was coming up with my own few questions, just kind of change and make it a bit harder. Like that.
Yeah, 100%. And then we'll do quick fire. What I'm thinking, lads, if you're all on board for this, what I'm thinking is 5 questions for me, 5 questions for Aaron, 5 questions for Liam, 5 questions for Matthew.
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Right. Sean, have
So
you got
round 4.
5 to begin?
Yeah. So round 4 is the general knowledge. Is that correct? Is that?
GA knowledge, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, as ChatGPTs, they kind of generated ones that I think you might know. So I kind of went with a few kind of more difficult ones, slightly difficult as well. You might get back in the game here as well. Okay, so we go for the boys again. 5 questions for each. Lee, Séamus, and Aaron. Okay.
We'll
So
start with just me and then 5 more for Aaron, I think is what we're
yeah.
thinking.
Okay. So 5 for Séamus. Okay. So how many All-Ireland titles have Limerick won? Hurling.
Oof. That's tough. And this meant to be quick fire. So
come on.
2018 and then the 10.
12.
Shit.
Who won the 2013 All-Ireland final?
Which code?
Football, sorry. All-Ireland football.
Dublin.
Dublin, yeah. How many All-Irelands does TJ Reid have in hurling? All-Ireland hurling medals?
Oh.
5, 4,
6, 7. 7.
7. I'll give it to you. 7.
Yes.
Okay. Who's the all-time scorer in the All-Ireland hurling championship? Maybe not for long now.
Patrick Morgan.
Yeah. And finally, in what year did the GA introduce the sin bin or the black card for hurling? I actually didn't know this as well.
In the black card, 2014.
2019, it says here. Is that right? I think.
For
Okay.
hurling.
So that's 5 questions, and you got
Did hurling introduce it or football?
hurling.
Oh,
Hurling.
hurling. Yeah, I thought. Oh,
Did I say hurling? Did I say?
I remember Brawley had his rant. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fault. Brawley had his rant in 2013, and the card was coming in the year after. All right, yeah. So 3 out of 5.
Yeah. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Not bad. Okay. So,
Aaron's
okay.
next up.
You ready, Aaron? Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise everybody. Okay. Who holds the record for the most All Ireland senior hurling championships as a manager senior hurling?
Brian Cody.
Yeah. Okay. Where in what county is Glennis or what's Pierce Park? Pierce Park. Sorry, I don't know. There's a sponsor.
Longford.
Yeah. Which county has won the most All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championships?
Kilkenny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who is the captain of the 2023 All-Ireland Senior Football Champions?
James McCarthy.
Yep. And finally, who is known as the Lily Whites? That's what's up here.
Kildare. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 out of 5. Were they a bit easier than your ones, James, I think? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they kind of fluctuate. I think you get random, really difficult questions in it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No. Fair play, Aaron. So 8 out of 10 for us.
Okay.
Not too bad. We'll take
Am I asking the same ones in as well?
5 for
Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna ask for 10 more questions. Okay.
Daily.
Yeah.
All right, lads. How are we feeling? Near the end.
Yeah.
You have to absolutely flop this, by the way, for us to win. Like, you have to have a howler.
No pressure now, you know what I mean? You know.
Oh, yeah.
Calculatedly,
you lose.
calculatedly, I think we only need to get 3 right between us.
Yeah.
I asked extremely hard. How these are very hard. Like,
we go extremely hard.
That's why I said. Jeez. I just do you want to go with extremely hard? Lads? I don't know. This is really
go on.
There's not a hope in hell you're getting. No offense.
I know. Last lap of the race backwards.
What do you mean not, chat? I know. Go on.
I'm just reading these. Okay, maybe a few of them now, but I don't know.
Go on, boys.
Okay. This is okay. I think you might get a few right, but I just was extremely hard. So is that okay? We'll go with that one. Considering you're like a good few points ahead at the minute here.
Sure, we'll give it a rattle.
Okay. So who's going to go first? Matthew or Liam?
Amazing.
Matthew?
Go on.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
And lads, anyone in the comments get involved in this now. It's very interesting. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the first ever captain of the All-Ireland Senior Hurling winning team for Tipperary?
Michael Hogan.
No, it was Johnny Doyle in 1903. Which GA player holds the record for the most appearances in All-Ireland Senior Football Championship history? I hope this is right now. No, Mikey Moore. So with 70 for Derry in the 90s and 2000s. Okay. Which club won the first ever All-Ireland Senior Football Championship in 1971? Senior football, 1971. Think about it now. They won a lot.
Some obscure, I'd say. I'm going to go Tolman College.
No, Dr. Crokes in Kerry. I don't know if anyone knows that. In what year did the GAO officially adopt the General Council structure, which governs the organisation today? I'm sorry, no, can we skip that one? What even is that?
We're getting stitched up.
Yeah, hazard a guess if you get early 1900s.
1923.
1905. Which county holds the record for the longest gap between All-Ireland Senior Hurling titles? It's the longest gap, like. This is actually interesting to be fair.
Clare.
I get it, you can say Clare, but it's Wexford. They won it in 1910 and didn't win again until 1996. 86 year span. So
was it not night? Yeah. Oh.
So that's the. I feel bad now. Do you want me to give it like?
That's extremely hard. Like.
yeah.
Matthew, if it makes you any better, I was thinking Clare as well. I completely forgot.
Yeah, Biddy Early. That's what I was thinking.
Also,
yeah.
I don't think I'm convinced. Let me check. So you're saying who won the first All Ireland Club Football Championship? I'm pretty sure it was East Kerry.
I'm pretty sure it was as well.
It says Dr. Crokes in 1971 or something. Yeah.
All Ireland Senior Club Football Championship.
I'd be interested to see did anyone actually. Did anyone in the comments get him right?
East Kerry. East Kerry beat Bryansford, it says in the final. Yeah. No, maybe Dr. Crokes.
You do questions.
I've come up with 10 more just hard questions. There might be more.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give the boys those 10 questions. If you've got 10 there, Sean.
Right, okay, I'm just gonna read them off. Okay, they're actually a bit harder, but considering your stats and all that. Okay, so we'll go Matthew again. That was a test run. Did anyone get him in the comments? Actually, did anyone get him right or no?
Let's take a look.
No, I don't
I'd
think
be
so.
very.
Few guesses, but no, I don't think so.
A few guesses, I don't think so. No, that's how hard they were.
I thought Cluxton as well for the
Years. I don't know the Cluxton or 8 no shade. I heard something about 8 no shade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, geez, that's extremely difficult. ChatGPT, lads, tell you what. To put you to the test here. So, okay, we'll go with 10 or 5, Matthew. I think they're a little bit easier now. Maybe a bit harder, but okay. I don't know if it's right. Anyway, okay. So, first question. Who has won the most All-Ireland senior hurling titles without ever winning a senior football championship? Think about it now.
What is it?
Oh,
Wait. It's a trick question.
I'm going to push you here now. So, someone has never won a...
I'm just going to say Waterford.
No, Kilkenny.
I knew...
Hurling titles. Okay. Who holds the record? This is a hard one now. Who holds the record for the most goals scored in an All-Ireland senior football final? And I'll give you the year if you want. It was 1945. The All-Ireland final 1945.
Remember it well.
Finn
How much
Barrow.
do you know? Paddy Burns, Cavan? Do you ring a bell?
Finn Barrow is also Cavan. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Which county was last to win back-to-back All-Ireland senior hurling championships, and in what year? Senior hurling.
Kilkenny in 24. Or wait a minute, no.
No, think about it.
Limerick
Yeah.
in 2022-23.
Yeah. Okay, that's 1 out of 3. So 2 more. Okay. In what county would you find McHale Park?
Mayo.
Okay, yeah, he's on a roll. That's 2 out of 4. And okay, in 2000, which county became the first team to win the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship after coming through the qualifiers, aka the back door? 2000.
God, 2000.
This could be wrong now. I don't think it's right now.
I have a feeling 2000 was Kerry.
Yeah.
Mead.
No.
I think it was Galway, was it not?
Galway.
Yeah, I thought Galway. Yeah.
Galway.
Why is it giving me Mead?
I think Seamus said in one of the episodes Kerry were the first to win at the turn of the millennium.
They won at the turn of the millennium, in 2000.
I don't think it was.
Meath won at 99. Galway won it through the back door in 2001.
2001.
Maybe meant 99 then. So that's what is going on. I'm sorry, I didn't watch this. I'm sorry with the whole.
New question.
Okay, I'll give you one more. In what county is commonly known as the Banner County? That's your final question.
Clare.
Yeah, it's okay. That's 3 out of 5.
That's
After about 100 questions.
Yeah.
Done.
So
Probably did deserve it, to be fair. Probably.
talk about quick fire. Okay, I'm just gonna get 10 more, but I'm gonna say not too hard. So give me a second, yeah.
Right.
Liam is the last one to go, and I think it's already
Yeah.
finished.
It's in the bag. Yeah, it's in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So. Okay, and yeah.
Well, one ahead. I mean, still, we could we make it a bit interesting and say we could steal these if Liam doesn't get them.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to steal them.
Give us a chance to steal at the death. But Matthew, you have a chance to have a crack at it first.
Match, we're getting robbed here.
I feel like the pendulum is just swinging like every couple of minutes back to us.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. You ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put it first. Okay, so which county has won the most All-Ireland senior hurling titles since 2000?
I'm going to say Kilkenny.
Yeah. How many Leinster hurling championships have Galway won?
Leinster Senior Hurling Championships.
Yeah. Again, they got introduced in 2009.
They won in 2012, they won in 2017, and they won in 2018. So I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, bang on. Okay. Which county won the first ever All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship in 1887? I was actually up at the pitch
Tipperary.
where it was.
It was in St. Brendan's Park.
Yeah, bang on. Okay. I flicked it. Okay. Who was the first player?
What the score was?
What?
Do I get a bonus point if I say what the score was?
I think I know what it was then. I might give it a half point.
1-1 to no score.
And who did they play? Do you know?
Galway.
Yeah, bang on the money. Okay, this is an interesting one now. I don't know if it's right or not, but who was the first player to score 1,000 points? That's not right at all. It's surely, is it? In the All Ireland Senior Football Championship.
1,000 points.
Yeah, lads. I know this.
Yeah, no, the game's gone. It's done.
Jack O'Shea, lads. This is not even right.
Probably gave it Clifford. Let's be honest.
Jack O'Shea.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's like apparently it's Jack O'Shea or Kerry, but apparently I don't know. Just like the Pele.
Still playing now.
Okay. I have one. Okay, in what county would you find Cusack Park? There is two.
Clare.
But I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, and the final one. Who won the All Ireland football final in 2015?
Dublin bet Kerry. Was it 12-9?
Yeah. Okay, so what is that? That's 4 out of the 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Yeah. 4
and today, Liam has all these score lines just in the brain. Fair play.
So you got after all that, you got 6 out of 10, and then 2 boys got 8 out of 10. So 8 and 3 or 15. I'm gonna have to score some of the previous rounds as well.
1915.
Yeah. 1915 is right. Okay, so what do you want to do now? Do you have a final?
So no, that's it. The 2 boys have won the quiz.
I say they're the hardest questions you ever got asked, right?
Fair play. The most crazy questions ever. And as Dublin is great, as pointed out in the comments, some of the Wexford, obviously they're completely the AI creator of the quiz obviously completely forgot that the Rackard dynasty happened with Wexford in the 50s because
yeah. Hold on, yeah.
It was the right answer.
So Claire was the right answer.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, so that's 20 points then. 2015. Even when you said that rang a bell, and I probably should have known that as well.
Yeah, because that was the final that the Wexford players lifted Christy Ring up after the final, wasn't it?
Yeah, they lifted Christy Ring up after that final. That was in the Ring documentary. But no, fair play, lads. Absolutely smashed it. Yeah,
you won it either way, so that's going to show how good you are. So.
Yeah.
There was some questions that you got the answers to in terms of like the scoreline, like the Dublin hurling final and stuff like that, where I knew
you're
in big
trouble.
trouble.
Stuff like that, it's brilliant. Yeah. And even one of the Ballahale and stuff is great knowledge, like.
Yeah.
But you're a fluke, I'll be honest with you.
humble.
Yeah. But anyway, that is the quiz wrapped up. Sean, we'd love to have you stay on with us for as long as you can. Yeah. We're going to run into the Cúilín Media End of Year Award. So if you are new to the show, new to the channel, anything like that, Matthew has posted all of them up on the Cúilín Media Instagram page, and we have them here in the chat. But basically, we have 16 different categories. And lads, what I will do is go around to you all and get your individual picks for each of the categories and why. So starting off with the first category, and there are 24 nominees here that we have put together on this shortlist, and it is the moment of the year. So the Cúilín Media Moment of the Year for 2025. We have 24 nominees here up on the screen. So as we have John Milan and Marty Morrissey's commentary for Oisín O'Donoghue's goal against Kilkenny, Crossmolina winning the intermediate crown. Conor Loftus scored the winning penalty that day. St. Ergnitz beating Kilmacud Crokes in the All-Ireland LGFA Club semi-final. Kilbrittain winning the Cork Premier Junior Hurling Championship on the late Oisín Ghislaine's birthday. Ballymacalligot winning the Junior Munster Football Championship after the tragic passing of Luke Siles. Hannah Tyrrell goes out on a high as Dublin are back on top in the LGFA. Her last dance is won with the All-Ireland. Louth winning the Leinster Senior Football Championship for the first time since 1957. Galway unexpectedly winning the All-Ireland Camogie title. Kerry winning the first year of the new Gaelic football. The new rules saving Gaelic football. Kildare winning the John McDonagh Cup 1 year after winning the Christy Ring. Meath ending Dublin's dominance in the Leinster Senior Football Championship. Coola's All-Ireland win. Conor O'Callaghan now with All-Ireland wins in both football and hurling, entering the history books. Tipperary's All-Ireland win for what they were last year to now is incredible. And the tribute as well to Dylan Quirk. Noel McGrath's winning point. And of course, the dock on the way. Tyrone dominating the underage grades, under 20 and minor. Kieran Moore's late winner against Mayo at the death. Cork winning the Munster title on penalties. The scenes after with Don Logue and the fans. Michael Murphy's return for Donegal. Kildare knocking out Armagh in the LGFA All-Ireland quarter-final. Muckalee winning the All-Ireland Junior LGFA title from Kilkenny. Kieran Moore's clutch goal versus Armagh in the Ulster final, and the scenes after. New York winning the Lorimar Cup, and then Amsterdam winning the Special Leinster Junior Football Championship. Lads, there are plenty of nominees there, but Sean, as our special guest, I will go to you first. What's the moment that jumps out to you from 2025? What is your moment of the year from 2025?
I think the lights go. Someone was ringing on there saying, "You better bleeding say this."
Undertaker's going to appear.
We have it right there. I think another call came in, so I'll throw it on my screen to see it. Matthew, I'll go to you next. The man who put that together. Oh, he's on the block.
Oh.
Matthew, I'll go to you. What was your moment of the year for 2025?
One was actually basically for the Dublin's win over Limerick in the All-Ireland quarter-final. That was a big one. There were so many moments. I think, it is a very difficult one to pick. I think genuinely the emotional moments really trumping, in my opinion. I think it's Crossmolina winning the intermediate crown just because of the context behind it. Conor Loftus getting the winning penalty as well. His fiancée, obviously, Roisin Crine, tragically passed away just before the final against Ballinderry Shamrocks, and they got a penalty in the last minute to win the game, and Conor Loftus stepped up and took the penalty and converted it, and it was a brilliant win for Crossmolina in many ways as well. It was just an emotional moment for Conor Loftus, emotional moment for Mayo GA. I think that was probably the moment of the year when you think about it, in terms of there's more things to life than Gaelic games, and I think that was moment of the year for me.
It's a very, very good pick, to be fair. Sean, do you want to have another look at the list, or do you have one in your mind that stands out?
Nope, Sean's gone.
Sean's gone. Aaron, I'll come to you next. Is there a moment that jumps out for you, or would you like to have another look at the list again?
Yeah, no, look, I definitely agree with Matthew in terms of that being moment of the year. But I think if you're looking at other kind of poignant moments, I think with Tipperary winning the All-Ireland, the tribute to Dylan Quirk at the end of the game from Roland Marr, I think was very kind of a very touching moment. And then as well, like just for Tipperary in general, and for Liam Cahill to have come where they came from a year ago, considering they were written off by absolutely everybody, really. Like, I mean, as I said in my own video a couple of days ago, like even Tipperary fans were not showing up to a lot of their games, towards the end of the 2024 season. So the fact that they were able to turn it around in the way that they did and win the All-Ireland and the way that they did it as well against a very, very good Cork team. And then, with John McGrath being as good as he was, the Noel McGrath points, and obviously, the tribute to Dylan Quirk as well, I thought that was a special moment.
Yeah, and Peter here as well saying, lads, Blue to Gold is a great watch. That is 100% the list to watch as well. Sean, could we get...
I'm back. Can you hear me now, lads? Hold on.
Yeah, we can hear you. Could we get your moment of the year? Would you like to have another look at the list?
No, I seen it. It was a great list, and I suppose it was some great years. I think it was a year for nearly the underdog, as I was saying. You make it loud winning the football, but I think Oisin Donoghue's goal. I don't know if Aaron and I said it, but I think Oisin Donoghue's goal for Tip, and being a Kenny fan, you'd be disappointed, but it was an unbelievable moment for the year, and it was pivotal for them to go on to win the All-Ireland as well. And look, no one would have thought of it. They were saying about the documentary there. I didn't watch it yet, but I'll definitely have to have a look at it. But yeah, it was worthy of winning any game, I think, a goal like that. And I think an honourable mention as well, and I know I'm saying on the whole Kenny topic, but we're never really known for football, and for Muckalee there to win the junior LGFA was great as well. It was great for the Kenny team to win something in football. I don't ever remember that happened really. I think Oisin O'Donoghue's goal was one of the highlights for me in terms of hurling anyway.
Yeah, no, that's a great show, man. And the commentary as well after that goal was unbelievable. John Milan and Marty Morrissey as a pair, it was phenomenal. And then I really liked it as well. They added it in this year, the shots of the commentators and everything like that when their immediate reaction to it. My personal moment of the year, it's biased as hell, but Dublin beating Limerick in hurling, I was on cloud 9 for a week after that. I was so happy when we beat them, because to be honest, and like Aaron, you'll attest to this, like Dublin hurling, we haven't had many big moments really since Anthony Daly left. We had 2019, we beat Galway in the Leinster Championship to get out of the Leinster Championship, but then that's not really what that year is remembered for now, because we went on and we lost to Laois, who had come out of the John McDonagh Cup, and the year ended in a bad way rather than the high that we were on when we beat Galway. So to win that game against Limerick when no one expected us to do it, especially with 14 men, like when Chris Crummey got sent off, to be honest, I thought we were going to get battered. I thought when we were down to 14, I thought, okay, when's the goal? when's the big breakthrough come for Limerick? But the way that the lads dug in that day, that's my moment of the year.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I like I was saying, it was like the real like underdog year. Like, you know what I mean? Like the likes of Dublin, it was incredible stuff. Like, you know, and whether do you think they can drive on now for next year and get win a Leinster title? Maybe I think they could. I think
it depends, because like we got the perfect momentum with Dalo and that era and everything like that, and we kind of failed to kick it on to the next level, and football took over, and a lot of our best players, and that's always been the problem with Dublin hurling, is a lot of our best hurlers actually choose to play football, whether it's Con or Kieran Kilkenny or Lee Gannon, or like a lot of the best hurlers that we have choose to play football. So hopefully things can kind of even out. You're seeing now we've some genuine stars like Cian O'Sullivan, who won an All-Star there. So, and I think as well, here's another thing that gives us a chance. I don't think that the standard is as high as it would have been. I think when we won Leinster in 2013 in the Dalo years, I think we were beating a Kilkenny team that was one of the best teams of all time.
Yeah.
They recently just fallen short of doing the 5 in a row. Had got back on the horse and won the All-Ireland in 2012 and 2011. Like that Kilkenny team, that's a savage team to beat to win the Leinster Championship. I don't think the level is as high right now for us to do it. So I do think that can help us have a go at it. And I really, really do believe we could do it. I think we're dark horses. I think if you're being honest, you have to say Kilkenny are favourites to win it again. But I think we could do it. Liam, what's your moment of the year?
Yeah, I think you could definitely be Galway as well. Then. Just in terms of hurling, do you think like Kildare, do you think they can stay up now in the Leinster Championship? Do you think? No?
Really, Liam? Yeah.
Do you think they will?
No, sorry. I'm coming at it from a biased Offaly perspective, but I think it is the problem that we kind of probably do have at the moment with the Joe McDonagh teams going up and going back down, etc. Is it's getting extremely difficult for teams to stay up. I know we stayed up this year, but if we're being realistic about it, you take out the fact that you had 6 teams in it and it was a shootout between us and Antrim, we would have gone down because we lost to Wexford, lost to Dublin, lost to Galway, Kilkenny, etc. So it's just getting a lot harder for teams. Look, do they have a chance? Absolutely. I'm not going to say they won't win any games. Hell, they could beat a Wexford next year. They could beat us out of nowhere. You never know. But I don't think they will, personally.
Okay, it's interesting to see. Yeah, because they do have a lot of hurling down there, like the Nace and all that. They're very strong. And I think it's a good rise, and obviously Brian Dowland's came on over them as well. So it will be interesting to see it. Look forward to it, isn't it?
Liam, could we get your moment of the year?
Yeah, and amazingly, even as a hurling man, I'm going with 2 football moments. I think more than Louth winning the Leinster Championship, to see Dublin's dominance in Leinster ended had to be one of the moments of the year for me. Like, I can remember the day Meath bet Dublin, and I went on the podcast with you, Séamus, and I don't remember what hurling game was on that day. It was like another big hurling game on that day as well. But yet there was no bigger talking point than seeing Dublin beaten for the first time since 2010 in Leinster. And the way Meath played that day as well, they were fully worthy of it. You know, they fully were creditable for their victory. But I think my main moment of the year is actually going to be because the new rules came in. I think it was a significant year for Gaelic football. And I think nothing epitomised that more than David Clifford in the All-Ireland final. More so because, I mean, it was an unbelievable performance, but for the fact as well, I think he touched the ball, 8-9 times, and he got 7 points. And Cole was there. It was Cole that was marking him, wasn't it? In the final, he was there just watching him, Like he was sat in front of where we were sat. It was literally right in front of us. And I'd say I saw more of what was going on the pitch than he did, because he was just looking at Clifford the whole time. And yet David he just did what he does, to be honest with you. Like, it's trying to stop Lionel Messi, to be honest with you. You just can't. So, yeah, no, I'm going to go with his performance, which I think just epitomized. And I to be honest with you, I think most of Kerry's performances from the quarterfinals down to the final, which epitomized how much I think football improved this year. Look, people say we got a bad All-Ireland final. I completely disagree. Maybe it wasn't as competitive as we'd have liked, but I thought the quality was there to see from both teams. And I think it was a much better year for Gaelic football. And I'm delighted to see that, because I nearly lost a lot of interest in it over the years because it had gotten so stale and so boring. And then this year, my interest for it has grown once again. And I'm looking forward to what it brings in 2026.
Yeah, no, I think it absolutely the new real save Gaelic football. So that's the moments of the year for 2025, the Cúilín media moments of the year. So my moment is, of course, Dublin's win over Limerick. Aaron and Matthew, I think, am I right in saying that your moment is Cross Malina's amazing win in the All-Ireland Intermediate club final with Conor Loftus, of course, showing incredible bravery given the circumstances and this tragic passing of his beloved Roisin crying, of course. May God rest her soul. That was such a tragic time. But incredible bravery shown by Conor Loftus to step up, take that penalty. That was an amazing moment. And then, Sean, your moment is, of course, Oisin O'Donoghue's unbelievable goal and the commentary by Marty Morrissey and John Milan. And Liam, your moment of the year is David Clifford's unbelievable performance in the All-Ireland final. We are going to move on to the next category. The next category is the football goal of the year. And there are some absolutely unbelievable goals in here. So, running through the list, we have Derek Hannivan's goal for Ergal Kieran against Dr. Croaks, Peter Hart's screamer for Ergal Kieran against Coola in the All-Ireland Club final, Joe Connor's goal for Kerry against Cork in the Munster semi-final, Ben Corkery-Delaney for Cork against Tyrone, David Clifford for Kerry against Cavan, David Clifford for Kerry against Tyrone, Carla Rowe's back heel goal for Dublin against Galway in the All-Ireland semi-final, Stephen Sherlock's beautiful goal for St. Finbarrs against Ballincollig, Jack Bryan's bullet for Offaly against Kildare in the Division 3 final, Niamh Heatherton's goal for Dublin against Meath in the All-Ireland final, Michael Langan's bullet for Donegal against Monaghan in the quarter-final, Micheál Bannigan's goal for Monaghan against Roscommon in the Division 2 clash, Paddy Dunnican, the goalkeeper, goal for Offaly against Laois in the Division 3 clash, Roisin Mulligan's bullet for Armagh against Kerry in the Division 1 opening round clash, Craig Lennon's beauty for Louth against Meath in the Leinster final, and Noah Grimes' beauty for Tyrone against Kerry in the All-Ireland Under-20 semi-final. Lads, there are some unbelievable goals there. Aaron, I'll start with you this time. Which one jumps out to you? What is your goal of the year for 2025? The Cúilín Media goal of the year for 2025. What is your pick?
I'd go for the Carla Rowe goal versus Galway. For a couple of reasons. First of all, the skill to do that, like on such a big occasion as well, in such a big game, given like how close it obviously was against Galway in that semi-final, and how close Dublin were to have actually losing that game. And yeah, just the significance of it as well. Like in a semi-final, like fair enough. Like yeah, there was a lot of other good goals in there, big goals and big games and everything else. But I think, do Dublin win the All-Ireland if Carla Rowe doesn't get that goal? I'm not too sure that they do, to be honest with you. So yeah, and as well, like yeah, the skill, like a back heel. I mean, it's like something you'd see in the Premier League or something. Do you know what I mean? Like so yeah, no, that was the one for me.
Liam, I'll go to you next.
I suppose a couple of honourable mentions. Carla Rowe's goal, I mean, like you said there, just beautiful goal, the way that she took it. Derek Hannivan's in the All-Ireland final, which was just, I don't know. I mean, the keeper just stood and watched because he could do absolutely nothing about it, to be honest with you. And I'm going to say Craig Lennon's goal is another honourable mention, just because the context of that game, Meath were absolutely destroying Louth, and to do that from that distance out into the top corner was absolutely savage. But in the spirit of his wedding was this week, and because I am biased as hell, I'm going to say Paddy Dunnican versus Laois.
That was a pretty good goal, especially the fact that the goalkeeper scored it. That was pretty amazing. I'm going to say Peter Hart against Coola. I'm going to say Peter Hart against Coola. That was a sensational shot. The minute he wound that up and it left his left boot, you could see it was going straight into the top corner. It was a ridiculous goal. When you listen to the commentary, Brian Tyers nearly lost his voice. He took that shot. It was an amazing goal. That's my pick for goal of the year. Sean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, as it just been unbelievable goals. But I think Craig Lennon, his goal against the Meath has allowed on to win the Leinster title. And like Liam was saying, he kind of like Meath were kind of on top and they needed something. And Craig Lennon, I suppose he's been Louth's talisman, and he rocks up with this goal. And I think I was talking to you that day. Like I just remember the atmosphere. Like she's never seen that like, because I'm always there for hurling and stuff, but that really topped anything I was ever at. Like and that really kind of set the tone for Louth then. But yeah, it was unbelievable, especially the first Leinster title since 1957, and Craig Lennon's been a great player for them over the years. So I think that's definitely Craig Lennon's goal against me this year.
Brilliant stuff. Peter here saying, can we have an award for crowd roar? Lennon's goal. I mean, that's pretty good. Like kind of hard to go better than that.
100%.
Matthew, your goal of the year?
Few honourable mentions. First of all, 2 goals in particular I loved because they kind of maybe show up the defenders in many ways. David Clifford's against Cavan. His jersey was torn, but he still went through and banged it into the top corner. That was a brilliant goal. Stephen Sherlock's against Ballincollig, because there was a Ballincollig player that pushed Stephen Sherlock to the ground and they were trying to get in his face and things like that. But Sherlock then picks up the ball and just runs with it and bangs it in the bottom corner. I think those sorts of goals kind of show up defenders, and I think I love those. An honourable mention, the minor football championship, Ben Corkery's Delaney's goal, because I was at that game and I actually stood up and applauded it. It was just a brilliant team move by Cork down the wing, and Corkery's just evaded his man and just banged it in the top corner. I thought that was a superb goal. But my goal of the year, and it broke my heart, I will say, up in the box, it was Joe O'Connor's against Cork. It was just a sensational goal, and just the context of it as well. Like you just like I think Barry O'Mahony for the Echo said this about Joe O'Connor. The media box or the fans didn't know it actually hit the net until Joe O'Connor went around and screamed. It was absolutely incredible finish, and it just epitomised his performance against Cork as well. And he stood up for Kerry that night when they needed heroes. I think that was my goal of the year, to be honest with you, because of the context of it, and it won the game for Kerry. And I think it kind of kickstarted the Kerry season as well. Yes, they did well in the league, but I know they won the league, but they didn't do particularly well in it. But then that game against Cork, they got over the line in the end, but that was the goal to kickstart Kerry's season. You could talk about David Clifford, Sean O'Shea all you want. If Kerry don't get out that night in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, they don't get up, they kick up the backside that they needed. And that was an incredible goal by Joe O'Connor.
Isn't that unbelievable, lads? That's just the beauty of the game that we love. We've got 5 different suggestions, 5 different picks for our individual goals of the year. And that's the football goal of the year. And I am going to say that we keep an eye on the clock as well. We're on 1 hour and 7 minutes. We'll try wrap it up before 1 hour and a half hits. So when I say it, we'll just get your pick, a few honourable mentions and the line, and then we'll move through the gears. So starting off, we have the Cúilín Media Hurling / Camogie Goal of the Year. So the Cúilín Media Hurling / Camogie Goal of the Year. The nominees for this are absolutely unbelievable. I'll start this. My goal of the year for this year in hurling is Seánie Keneally's goal against Limerick. The hand pass to him, and then he just hits it first time on the volley. Unbelievable finish into the back of the net, and just showcased his talent. And I mean, Tipperary might be All-Ireland champions, but it's outrageous that they have a guy with this talent, this potential, who wasn't starting for them in the championship. Unbelievable showcasing of his abilities. That's my goal of the year. Sean, I'll go to you next.
Yeah. As I said, I spoke about Oisin Donoghue's goal before, but I think in the All-Ireland final, John McGrath, I think it was his second goal when the ball dropped and he flicked it in past Patrick Collins, and that was like things like that. It's kind of just instinct, isn't it, to score a goal like that in the final? And yeah, what a game he had, and like it's very easy, not easier to score, but to score a goal like that is very difficult. It's very rare to do as well. So yeah, I think that John McGrath's second goal, it's unbelievable. That's definitely my goal of the year.
Yeah, that was unbelievable bravery to score that. Aaron, I'll go for you next.
Yeah, I think Oisin O'Donoghue's goal, like just for the significance of it, like the skill and technique as well, and especially like when you're looking at goals and everything else, like seeing that I mean, just hit the rifle into the back of the net. Look, in terms of honourable mentions, yeah, John McGrath. I think Peter saying it there as well. Personal favourite was John Henderson's versus Limerick. But yeah, no, I'll go with Oisin O'Donoghue.
It's a good shout. Liam?
An honourable mention I give to is Brian Hayes for Cork against Clare in the first round of the Munster Championship. I even saw it again earlier today. I was just watching highlights. It was such a well-worked team goal. You had Connolly and Horgan involved, just the entire full forward line involved, and it was a really, really nice move. I thought that was a good goal, but I have to fully agree with you, Seamus Keneally's goal. Watching it at home, and I think at the first time I saw it, the camera didn't even catch it because he just hit it first time straight into the top corner. I believe it was on Jason Galland in goals as well for Limerick. So that was that was an unbelievable goal for me. At that point, I thought, Tip might do well this year, but they won't win in All Ireland. And well, here we are now. But yeah, no, the fact that they have a player like him and they barely used him this year is actually kind of frightening. But yeah, I'd go with that one.
Perfect. Football point of the year after Matthew gives his goal of the year. I nearly forgot. See, it's getting delusional time. Matthew, I'll jump next. Goal of the year.
Seán Keneally's was fantastic, but I think my goal of the year is Daniel Hogan against Ballygunner. I know it's SARS and all that, but I think that was similar to Tony Kelly's goal of the All-Ireland final a year ago. There was 3 Ballygunner men catching him up, and that was just an incredible finish by Daniel as well. He scored 2-4 from play that day, and he was sensational. I know SARS did lose the game at the end, but that was a really, really good goal and one of the goals of the year, in my opinion. 2 more goals that I really like. Clodagh McIntyre's against Kilkenny in the Camogie. I think the pace that she used, and as well as that, she actually went off and came back on again as a sub in this game, and it was an All-Ireland quarter final. The pace she had to burn over the Kilkenny defenders, that was absolutely incredible. Adam English's goal against Tip as well, where he megsed Ree Shelley. That was just an incredible finish. A little cheeky finish as well. I absolutely love that. But for my goal of the year, I'm going to go Daniel Hogan against Ballygunner.
Good shouts, lads. Matthew, I'll go straight back to you. Football point of the year, the Cúilín Media End of Year Awards. Which one tickles your fancy? You have the list in front of you there.
It's a very, very tight one because there's a lot to choose from. Yeah, it's very close. So I think I'm going to go for Rory Beggins against Donegal in the All-Ireland quarter final. It was beyond the 45. We know how far Rory Beggins can kick the ball. He's just a sensational kicker of the ball, in fairness. And yeah, I think Liam made the joke that he might be the top scorer at the end of the year. He was, but I think Monaghan's top scorer this year, and he's a goalkeeper. He scored 11 points for Scottstown. He goes to final as well, as we mentioned in the quiz. But what a sensational score. And I know Monaghan lost the game, but Monaghan had a lot of memorable moments, and especially from Rory Beggins this year. So my point of the year is Rory Beggins in Croke Park that day against Donegal.
Liam, I'll go to you next.
I suppose I feel like David Clifford's going to get a restraining order on me anytime soon, but I'm going to say an honourable mention for his point against Armagh in the All-Ireland quarter-final, just because the cinematography that was made of it afterwards and the angle he kicked it at, which was absolutely sensational. Another point I'd probably give another honourable mention to is Rian O'Neill's for Armagh against Dublin in Croke Park. I thought that point was just epitomised how good he is, to be honest with you. And yeah, he's one of the best footballers in the country, and I think it was really crucial for Armagh. I know the year ended early for them, but I think it was crucial, especially in that game, seeing how much they did need him this year and how much they needed him back in the squad. But I mean, look, again, I hope he doesn't get a restraining order on me, but the buzzer beater point against Donegal for me, and just the celebration afterwards, the running it down into the tunnel, an inspirational score to push them 7 points in front instead of 5. My score of the year is David Clifford, buzzer beater against Donegal in the All-Ireland final.
I'm going to jump in there because I completely agree with that. That's my pick for a point of the year for 2025. The way that Clifford timed his run, ran out, demanded the ball, shrugged off Brendan McCall, who's one of the best defenders in the country, and then nailed the 2-pointer. And then Kerry go down the tunnel at halftime. That was the perfect way for them to go in at halftime. And I argue would have propelled them on to that All-Ireland. It was one of the key indicators that it was their day. And yeah, for me, that's point of the year. Seán, I'll come to you next. Football point of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on the same day that All-Ireland final, but I'm not going to go with the point you went. That was a class point. It is a score from David Clifford, and it's a bit of history as well. It was the first ever 2-pointer to be scored in an All-Ireland final. I think it was close enough at that point. I think it was 5 points to 3, and as I said, there was a heap of defenders around him, and he kind of just kicked it over, and I used to kind of drove on. You know, I know the Buzzbeat one was Buzzbeat one was class as well, but I think that was the first 2-pointer in the All Ireland football final ever by David Clifford's my point of the year. It was an unbelievable point as well.
Yeah, it's a very, very good shout. Aaron, to round up this category, what are you thinking?
Yeah, no, like I think Clifford's versus Donegal. I'd have to agree with you lads as well. I thought that was just next level altogether. Like some of his points versus Armagh as well was breathtaking. Sean O'Shea as well versus Armagh. I remember scored a brilliant 2-pointer in that game. Hannah Tyrrell as well versus Galway scored an absolute cracker. And I do agree as well with Liam when he was talking about Rian O'Neill versus Dublin. Like I remember being at that game and seeing that, especially after he'd been out for so long, and you were sort of just seeing that close up. You're just reminded as to what a fantastic player he is and what a big miss he was for Armagh. But yeah, no, I'll go with David Clifford as well versus Donegal.
Yeah, I think one as well for me that I always like, Luke Loughlin's against Kildare. I'll give that a shout as well. That was a beauty. We are going to move on now to the next category. The next category is hurling/camogie point of the year. Plenty of good shouts here. My one, I'll start off for myself. My one, a big shout to Carrie Dolan for obviously the All-Ireland winner against Cork. I think it's hard to not talk about that one. Given that it was from a free, I'm going to go for one from play, because this is a score that genuinely, when it happened, I went like, Jesus, like what can the defender do to stop that guy? Rory O'Connor's point for St. Martin's against Ballyhale Shamrocks, very recent, when he caught it on the sideline over the defender's head, bounced back up, and then from the sideline whipped it over off the left. I remember watching that thinking, my God, that guy's good. That's my point of the year because of how hard it is to score that point.
Yeah.
How much challenge you had to go through. That's my point of the year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Sean, do you want to jump in next?
Yeah, like I was trying to think, like, Jesus, where do I start?
Here's our nominees if you want a little help.
I have a few in mind, and I'll just couple there. Does it have to be off that? No.
No.
It probably is there, but one that I'm going to go with is Rhys Shelley. Obviously, he's the goalkeeper, and I know at this point Tipper probably up by a few points there, but I don't know if he's the first ever hurling goalkeeper score from play. Is he? I don't know. It could be. I know that point was from play, and then he just launched it. Is he? I don't know.
He is. I'm pretty sure he is. I know Brendan Cummins got a couple of frees for
2010, and I know Anthony Nash and stuff like that. But
Nash got goal.
Anyway, like I remember, like just when he got the ball, he just drove and showed, and that was like nearly the cherry on top, you know. And then I think he saved the penalty in a few minutes after we scored. I can't remember, but what a display he gave, and that score was just unbelievable. Another mention is go back to the semi-final, Kenny and Tip. I'm talking about a lot. I don't know. It was Keane Kenny. I know it was deep inside his own half. And I think when Kenny were kind of in a need of a settling point, like I think that could have been a leveler or whatever, and he just hit it and went over the bar. But for me, definitely, I think the point of the year has to be Rhys Shelley. Like he's a great lad. He's a great lad as well. I spoke to him a few times. So
that's a great show. Liam, I'll jump over diagonally across to you next. Hurling point of the year.
Yeah, I'd love to say Dan Ravenhills against Dublin because it sent my voice absolutely gone. And I think it was then my first appearance on Clay the next day. So that was a good one to start off with. But again, look, it was a free, so I can't really give it to him. But one I'm going to give a big mention to is Alan Connolly's for Cork against Clare, where he was basically well, actually, there was two of them he scored in that game. There was one that he scored with one hand over his head. But then there was the other one where he just absolutely launched it in the air, falling backwards, and it just clipped it over the bar in the first half. So either one of those was unbelievable. But for me, sticking with the same game as your one, but Séamus, but I'm going for Stafford's in the last minute from that range. I think just to win, and as well the context to win St. Martin's, a first ever Leinster title against the absolute kings of club hurling. I think that one for me has to be the club, and especially in Croke Park as well, where you're what was he, 60, 70 yards out, when in Croke Park that may as well be 100 yards out. So yeah, that was an unbelievable score for me. So I'm going with that one.
Matthew?
Honourable mention for me, Ian Galvin's, the same game that Liam mentioned, Alan Connolly's Ian Galvin's, and around the last minute Clare drawing against Cork. I think the context of the game, there was fellas around him and he just found some space to put it over the bar. I think that was an outstanding score. For me, just to have someone different, I'm going to go for Dermot Healy in the Munster final against Limerick. He really announced himself on the night And for a young player to speed off the way he did against Limerick and fired over the bar, I think Marty Morrissey did say that he kept mentioning that he saw this guy against Kilkenny in the league in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and he was really, really excelling. And he announced himself that night in the championship. He's only, I think, 19, 20 years of age. He's a very talented hurler, but he had to show it on the big stage, and he did that night against Limerick. I thought he was superb. But just the confidence he had on that night, especially when taking that score. For me, it's Dermot Healy against Limerick. He's my point of the year.
Over to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was a few interesting ones there. Like the Owen Connolly point versus Kilkenny was next level. The one I was actually gone for was Conor Burke versus Limerick. Just for the significance of it, like drove past a good couple of players before rifling it over, and from that distance as well. In a game of that magnitude, we obviously kind of discussed it a little bit earlier. So that would be my pick.
Yeah, it's a great show. On a golden day for Dublin as well. And now the next three categories, I think, are going to be some serious fun. Starting off, football game of the year. So there are plenty to go through here. The Cúilín Media football game of the year. Aaron, I'll go to you first for this one.
So my one was actually at the start of the league. I can't remember the exact score. It's probably on the list. But it was between Kerry and Derry. I think it was very early on the just looking at it here. Kerry 5-15, Derry 124. It was around the start of the league. It was when the new rules had just got introduced, so we were still not entirely sure in terms of the context of the game. But I remember like Derry had a big enough lead, and then Kerry came back. Then Derry fought back again, and it was kind of going back and forth. And especially with the new rules as well, some of the 2-pointers that were on show, some of the goals. Probably if you're an advocate defending fan, you probably wouldn't have appreciated some of the defending that day. But I think it felt quite significant quite early on at that stage with the new rules and everything else, because I think we were saying, right, football is back. And look, there were some absolutely other cracking games. Derry Galway in the group stages was incredible. It was an incredible game as well. Donegal Armagh, the Ulster final, I thought was incredible, high quality game. But in terms of sheer entertainment, that game between Kerry and Derry in the league was the one for me.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely unbelievable. That game was. My personal game of the year is Donegal versus Armagh in the Ulster final. That's my one. That Ulster final had everything that you could want. Literally, both teams looked unbelievable. The drama at the end of normal time and that extra time, and then a hair's breadth between the teams, as we knew it would be. Unbelievable game. Had everything that you could need in a game. So that's my pick for game of the year. Sean, I'll come to you next.
Yeah, there's so many games. I think Gaelic football really came alive this year, and I think it's been like a breath of fresh air, new rules and stuff like that. But I went with the All-Ireland quarterfinal, Meath and Galway, and there was I remember Galway went ahead, and then Meath came back, and then Galway came ahead, and obviously they won by a point. I think it was 2-16, 2-15. It was unbelievable, and maybe everyone like the whole. Not the match itself, but for me to kind of get to the semi-final for the first time in, I think it was 2009 maybe, it was a great achievement, you know what I mean? And Galway were probably one of the favourites to win All-Ireland. They have a great team, but yeah, I think I remember watching it and just unbelievable. Like, as I said, I won't be the biggest Gaelic football fan, I am, but not like, you know, hurling's obviously dominant sport here, but it was great, it was great to see Meath, to get into, especially after losing the Leinster final as well. They could have easily dropped their heads on, but yeah, it was great for me to get into the semi-final, and yeah, it was a great game as well, like goals, sending off, stuff like that. Great. That's definitely my game of the year for me anyway.
Great show. Matthew, I'll come to you next.
Was mentioned this game in the comments I could see from Gavin and all them, and I mentioned it again, Cork against Kerry in the Munster Football Championship. They went to extra time. Kerry won it 321 to 125. I was at this game. I was covering for the Southern Star as well, and I was just privileged to see this game. Obviously, it showed Cork football is back. We do have the players to compete with Kerry and things like that. As well as that, in terms of a spectacle, seeing David Clifford that night, I think he scored 9 points. He scored one particular 2-pointer in extra time when the players were tired, and it was just effortless. Chris O'Jones' goal, like the moments that the Páirc Uí Chaoimh, I know there was a little attendance, about 20,000, just under that, but the place erupted with noise when Chris Oak hit the back of the net that night. And there was incident, obviously Paddy Clifford sending off, Sean Brady sending off, but you look back at that game and you say, what a game of football. Hopefully Cork and Kerry can produce again that style of football next season, but that's my game of the year, and just the context of it, and being there for it. Like, nothing beats being there, in fairness, and being at that game. Like, it was just the amount of noise there was incredible. That's my game of the year, despite the fact Kerry won the game. But yeah, that's my game of the year.
And lastly, I can't remember, Liam. I went to Aaron first. Liam, I'll go to you.
I think generally I would agree with you that Donegal Armagh was an absolutely outstanding game, but only because I remember I didn't actually watch that game live, because unfortunately I was watching Kilkenny spank Offaly in the Leinster Hurling Championship. I'm going to say, go away you. I'm going to say, we're coming for you in 2020. No, we're not. But
I never know.
I'm gonna say, just because I actually really enjoyed this game a lot, watching it live, and I think it was a very underrated game this year. I'm going to say Monaghan down in the round robin, the 227 to 126, just because how many years did we spend giving out about Ulster football and how crap it was, and it was unenjoyable, and was it Pat Spillane said, what sort of a game do we want after a game particular day? And I just really enjoyed this. It was end-to-end stuff, and I thought Down really produced a lot of good football this day, and especially when they went out against Galway the next day and narrowly lost out as well. I think Down are in a really good position. You had Patrick Harvin, or Haver, I can't say his name properly, scoring, I think it was a 12 or 13 points that day, and still ended up on the losing side. No, I really love that game. So just to be different, I'm going to say that game.
That game was a banger. That was unbelievable. And that was the type of game where you realize just how much of a difference that the new rules had made to Gaelic football, because that was a game that, in 2023, it probably would have been a low-scoring affair just because of how the game had gone in terms of, the keep ball and everything like that. But the way that game turned into an absolute cracker, it showed how much Gaelic football was back this year, and hopefully we get more of the same next year. Moving on then, the hurling/camogie game of the year. This is category 7. The hurling/camogie game of the year in the Cúilín Media End of Year Awards. Sean, I'll go to you first for this one. There's plenty of games to choose from. You've got Cork, Limerick, Tip Kilkenny. What one jumps out to you?
Yeah, there's so many, but like you just said there, it has to be the Munster final this year. For the first time, penalty shootout in a Munster final, and had everything, extra time, high scoring. Like, I remember watching it, but like it was the Gaelic grounds. It looked like an absolute cauldron. Like, it looked like unbelievable, and I think Munster hurling is where hurling is at. It's been there for a long time, and just see Cork win it as well. Like, to stop the Limerick dominance was a sight to behold, really. Like, and I don't know if you agree with the whole penalty shootout like that, but either way, Cork won it. So I think I think Munster hurling never disappoints anyway. But I think this Munster final has been definitely the best one in a number of years anyway, I think. But that's my game of the year, is the Munster final 2025.
That's a very good show. Very, very good show. I'm going to throw it then to Matthew after my one, and then we're sticking with a rebel team here. I have a little bit of an outside the box one. I'm going Clare versus Cork in round 1 of Munster. I thought that game,
unbelievable.
The first half the Cork had was unbelievable. They looked like world beaters. Clare in the second half, it was a cracker of a game, and the ferocity in every tackle and everything like that. It just had everything that you want, and had everybody ready for further clashes in the championship. It had everything you wanted, from Brian Hayes' performance to Peter Duggan's goal. Everything, it was just brilliant. Cinema. That game was
unbelievable.
My personal favourite. Who wants to go next?
Who's up?
I'll go. I'm surprised you didn't say this one, James, as a dub. Dublin against Limerick in the All-Ireland quarter-final. I just think I was at this game as well. Obviously, the Cork footballers were playing afterwards, so I was in the box for this one. And it was just a sense of it was almost like a dream. I would describe this Dublin Limerick game, because you didn't think it was real, especially after Chris Crummy sending off in the first half. I didn't think it was possible that Dublin would come back and win the game. Then Limerick went ahead through Adam English, I remember. Then John Henderson's goal scored, and I think, oh, right, Limerick are in a bit of trouble here. Then when Cian O'Sullivan hit the second goal, oh my God, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable stuff from Dublin here. And just the shock value of it. The game was on in Croke Park as well. Like, the hill erupted, I would say, from a Dublin point of view. I know the footballers are playing afterwards against Cork, but I think that was the main game that day. That was just sensational stuff, and just the shock value of Limerick going out that early as well. I didn't think Limerick themselves expected Dublin to provide a sea of momentum in many ways in the second half, especially after Chris Crummy sending off. we'll get on to shock of the year as well, I'm sure, later. But I think game of the year has to be that one, Dublin and Limerick, just because of everything in that game. It was just an incredible occasion for Dublin hurling, and it showed that Dublin hurling was on the way back.
Yeah, no, that one's a brilliant one. Aaron, I'm sure, are you going to back that one, or are you thinking something different?
Yeah, like it is an interesting one, because in terms of like the actual quality overall of the game, like obviously in terms of a shock and in terms of what happened and what we saw in the game, then yeah, absolutely, it was that game. But like, I think there was an argument that Limerick very much really underperformed that day, so maybe they, the standards were a little bit off in regards to them. Obviously, a lot of that was done to Dublin, but I think the best game I watched this year was actually between Dublin and Kilkenny in the Leinster round robin. I think Kilkenny had maybe like a 13 or a 14 point lead stage, and then we came back like we always do. We came back to within a couple of points of you, and then you fucking whatever. You go and win the game anyway. You break our hearts again. You lead us on, and then you leave us astray. That's what happens between Dublin.
I was thinking that was like maybe a sign of I think that was a sign of what we were going to see from Dublin. Like, do you know what I mean? I genuinely thought you were going to actually beat us that day. I know we were well ahead and stuff, but you came back well. And I suppose you look at that and then look at Limerick. Maybe it wasn't much of a surprise, a shock. Well, it was a shock, but like double hurls were able to hurl on their day, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the type of game where I was like, God, we've really lost to Kilkenny in every way that you can lose to Kilkenny. We lost in a heartbreaking last minute winner. We've got hammered. Then we've had the high scoring game. No, but all seriousness, there's some great players there. Liam, did I get your game of the year in hurling?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Well, picking between these two from the Camogie side, I don't want to pick between the two of them, but I do think the Finbars Lockheed Shamrocks game and the Tipperary Kilkenny All-Ireland quarter-final were two absolute crackers. I was at the Tipperary Kilkenny one because it was just before the All-Ireland semi-final as well. And just the way Tipperary came back to win that game, for me, Kilkenny really should have won that day, to be honest with you. But Tipperary fought back fierce well, and to win it after extra time as well in the fashion that they did was absolutely sensational. But for me, and again, sorry, Sean, but Tipperary Kilkenny for me was an absolute cracker. Like, especially with the fact that Kilkenny were absolutely battering Tipperary. Tipperary could not get a sniff off of Mossy Keown or even TJ Reid at the start of the game. And then out of nowhere, goals galore from every angle. Oisín O'Donoghue's goal. And you had the controversy around it was a Noma grab with the point that was never given. Yeah. And I was there in Croke Park. The scoreline was up. So everyone was sitting there. But I was sitting there myself. I knew the score wasn't that, but I was looking at that scoreboard thinking this isn't right. But just a shot at the end that was stopped on the line. Who was it? I can't think of
Robert Doyle.
Robert Doyle, yes. Just stopping it off the line, and just the pandemonium of all the Tipperary supporters around me and everything like that. And yeah, it was a remarkable game of hurling. The fact that you can score 30 points in an All-Ireland semi-final and still lose by 2 points is just absolutely sensational. But yeah, for me, just for the drama and then obviously what led on in the final afterwards, I'm going with Tipperary Kilkenny.
Could you imagine if that shot went in? The shitstorm that would have kicked off if that had gone into the net.
What would have I don't know.
To be honest, the GA just don't do replays. Like, come hell or high water, they just don't. Like, had Kilmacud Crokes threw an extra player on in the All-Ireland club final and largely went unpunished. Joe Sheridan literally got a touchdown with the ball in the net, threw the ball into the net, and Meath won the Leinster title, and that game wasn't ordered to be replayed. We've had plenty of it. The only time really successfully it's happened is 1998, Liam. Offaly fans forcing a replay in the All-Ireland semi-final against Clare, but I think
we do it again.
Never happened. Has it ever been forced to be replayed? I don't think so. Not off the top of my head anyway, but we're going to move on to the next round. And I'll try to get this wrapped up, lads, before 1 hour 45. We only have a few more to go, and this one we could be talking about this one for ages. So again, get your line, what your one was. So it is probably the toughest one to pick. The Cúilín media controversy of the year. Controversy of the year from the GAA year of 2025. What have we got, lads? This will be very, very, very interesting. Liam, I'll put it over to you first.
See, I feel like with this half sip on, I kind of have to say the attack on Adrian Mullen from the Kilcormac Galahi fan, because that wasn't right at all, and nobody in the club wished that happened, to be honest with you. But I think as much as that one was terrible and everything like that, I don't think you can look past the shorts versus skirts, to be honest with you. Like, that's an absolute joke that rule had to be brought in this year and it wasn't already. Like, for me, like, I don't know, like, for me, it's still amazing that we still had this issue in 2025, but thankfully now it's been resolved. But yeah, no, for me, there's nothing that tops that one. As much as our club incident one was bad, and as much as the scoring system in Tipperary Kilkenny was bad, that one for me is an issue that should have been resolved a long time ago. So I'm going with that one.
Yeah. Aaron?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, I think the Donegal Armagh post-match fight, to be honest with you, stood out quite a lot, just given the significance of it, like how much of a big game it was between both teams in the Ulster final. And look, there's always going to be a bit of handbags like after a game and everything else. And obviously we were alluding to it with Kilcormac and Ballyhale there. But I thought like some of the golden from some of the Donegal players at full time, especially when you've just won the championship, was a little bit disappointing. And then so it's just some of the antics after that game. To be fair, I think overall in the GA this year, like obviously the scores controversy as well was really poor, I think, overall by everyone involved. But I don't think we had too many huge controversies this year, where something like hugely kind of stands out that makes you really annoyed, like in previous years. But yeah, probably some of the scenes after the Donegal Armagh game.
It's a good shout. Sean?
Yeah, I think the scoreboard saga, I suppose, Kenyan tip is probably a big one. Looking back, like, on what could have been or whatever like that. But another one, I think, was the whole penalty shootout. I alluded on the Munster final, like, and some people were like kind of against it or saying it should be a replay. And but as you were saying, the GA, they're kind of cutting down on replays and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I still am on the fence about penalties to decide a hurling match or a football match. I kind of do agree with it, but yeah. What do you think? Do you think it should be like penalties should be a thing?
I'm slightly in favour because I'd be a bit of a hypocrite if I was saying that I don't wish for penalties when the game's getting close. Do you get what I mean? Once the game's in extra time and they're level, part of me is like, God, I'd love to see penalties. But then when it's over, it's like it's kind of like we don't have another big day out. But so it is, and I can see both sides of the argument. I'm so tempted to go with Seamus Flanagan's for the jab into Niall O'Leary in a place where he wants to be jabbed with a hurl. My one, though, because I just can't get past how much of a storm would have been caused if Robert Doyle didn't stop that shot in the All-Ireland semi-final. The Scoregate fiasco would have been everywhere. So how a mistake like that would have been made in an All-Ireland semi-final is crazy. So I think that's my controversy of the year. Matthew, I'll shout to you.
I think generally I'd agree with Liam. It has to be the shorts versus skirts debacle. It was handled so badly by the Camogie Association and just the higher people in that, and eventually the clubs and the players, especially the likes of Aisling Maher of Dublin, really got it to change. And I think social media was a powerful outlet then, and eventually they got to change after that. I think the Scoregate one is a strong one as well. For me, though, just to be different as well, I'm going to go for the AFLW player departures. Like, how many AFLW main players have departed the country to go down and play AFL? Obviously, you can't really blame them. It's big money and all that, but you look at the likes of Amy Mackin, Kaylee Cronin, Vicky Wall, like, if anything, the club game in LGFA is deteriorating. And that is a concern for later on down the line. And how do we keep the players in the country? And how do we entice more players to play club LGFA? But for me, I think that's one to be different. But to me, I'd agree with Liam completely. It's shorts versus skirts all day.
Yeah, it's good. We have a lot of good suggestions in here. Darren McCarthy's red card against Cork. You forget how much of a shitstorm that caused as well. Cúilín one as well, lads. A lot of comments on our TikTok talking about the Cúilín red card. A lot of people, and noticeably as well on the comments, nobody is bipartisan in that. Everyone is saying it's a stonewall red card or it's not a red card. Like, there was nobody in the middle saying, I can see both sides. It was like, no, it's a red card, not a red card. But that's controversy of the year, and we love to see as well the variety and everything like that. Yeah. Moving on now to Category 9, shock team of the year. We had plenty breaking through. I'll lead this one off. for me, it's St. Ergnitz. The journey they went on the All-Ireland LGFA Club Championship to get to the final, beating Clonairin, who were heavily favoured to win Ulster, then beating Ergo Kieran easily in the Ulster final. And then to top it off, beating Kilmacud Crokes in their own backyard. They had to go to Kilmacud and they beat them. And they didn't just beat them. This is another reason why I'm saying shock team of the year. Because they didn't beat them with like a snatch and grab goal at the last minute. Kilmacud didn't play terrible. Ergnitz went there and they beat them fair and square. They were the better team and they earned their place in that All-Ireland final. They were fantastic this year. They're my shock team of the year. Matt, well, I'll show it to you next.
Yeah, I think Ergnitz is a very, very good shout. Look, at it for me, I'm going to go for the Buckley LGFA team that won the Junior All-Ireland because of how it emphasised that Kilkenny LGFA is on the rise, and that is a good thing. Hopefully the men's football side of Kilkenny will be on the right side as well and gaining reputation and going to the National Football League, because that's what LGFA and Kilkenny are doing at the moment. And I think that all hard work went all the way in, and obviously Buckley winning the Junior Championship has shown that there is talent in Kilkenny LGFA. So for me, it's Buckley. They're the shock team of the year.
Good shout.
Yeah, I'm going with the Kildare Hurlers, just simply because if you had told me at the start of the year that Kildare would even win 2 games in the Joe McDonagh, I wouldn't have believed you. And it's nothing against them. I know Naas have been going well the last couple of years. Brian Dowling, who is also an Arsenal fan, so I'm a big fan of his already. But I just think the fact that they lost their opening game against a Kerry team that went down and had absolutely no hope this year in the Joe McDonagh, and then they went and bet Carlow away from home. They destroyed Laois. I believe that was the game you were commentating on, Séamus, as well. Beat Westmeath, which I thought was their big moment of the year. And then they beat down. And then just like the Joe McDonagh final against Laois, I mean, the Borans that day, Jack Sheridan that day, like those players were just absolutely outstanding. And look, it was a fantastic achievement for them, and for them to be in the Leinster Championship this year, regardless of what does happen, whether they pick up a win or two here and there, or if they go straight back down. For Kildare Hurling to be in this position is absolutely sensational. So for me, I'm going with Kildare Hurling.
Yeah, no, pretty good. Have I got everybody's shock?
No, mine, I don't think.
All right, I'll go, Aaron. I'll go you first.
Yeah, like I was going to go with the Dublin Hurlers, but I do think the Louth footballers, to be fair. I know they didn't beat Dublin in the end, but like to win a first Leinster title in 68 years since 1957, and considering how much has happened in between then as well with 2010, and for the majority of my lifetime, Louth were Division 3, Division 4. I remember Dublin playing them numerous times and beating them comfortably. So, for what Louth achieved this year, winning the Leinster title, and obviously Ger Brennan and everything else what he achieved. So yeah, we'll go with the Louth footballers.
Yeah,
good shout, Sean.
Yeah, I think the Kildare Hurlers is a good shout, and obviously Muckley winning it. But I think Tipperary winning the All-Ireland by 16 points, was it, in the end? So, I don't keep going on about it, and to Matthew and I thought Cork were going to win the All-Ireland. I think a lot of people did, and they were heavy favourites, and especially what happened last year, they were back to win it, and I still think they might win it next year and stuff like that. But no one, I don't think anyone would have thought to win that, to win it by 16 points, especially at half time when Cork were by 6 points, was it 5 or 6 points or something? And it was just something you kind of you wouldn't think it's going to happen, and then when it does, it's hard to believe. But I think that's especially Tip had such a kind of a bad year last year, and we look like Liam Cow was nearly going to get sacked or going to leave the manager role. So it's been definitely a shock, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. We'll come to that later in shock of the year, but we've got everyone's shock team of the year. So we have two quite similar. So I'm going to ask you these together. So the club of the year and the team of the year. So for my club of the year, it's Kilkerran Clonberne. 5 All-Ireland club titles in a row. I think that speaks for itself. And Matthew, myself and yourself were saying this on the review show. It's not just that they won, it's the way that they've won. No one's got close to them. They've battered everyone in their path, and they are just absolutely outrageously good. They're probably the best club dynasty that I've seen. They're absolutely unbelievable. That's my club team of the year. Then the team of the year, including inter-county, I've gone with the Kerry football team. I think they're unbelievable in a year where Gaelic football changed forever for the better. Kerry won, of course, the RTE Sports Team of the Year award. So I think that you know, considering who they were going up against, you have to take that into account. They were fantastic. Kerry are my team of the year. Across the, you can see now hour 45 on the clock. The words are starting to stumble. But yeah, lads, Sean, I'll throw it to you first. Your club and team of the year.
Yeah, so I think club team of the year is Ballygunner, I think, of Waterford. To win, I don't know how many Waterford titles. Is it 12 or 13? Is it? I don't know.
13, yeah.
13, yeah, it's incredible. And then obviously to win the Munster again. And I do think they'll have a good shot at winning the All-Ireland as well. Like, so yeah, they're definitely my club team of the year. And I suppose inter-county team of the year is it as well. Has to be Tipperary. And I don't think I've ever said that in my life. But, our arch enemies and whatever and stuff like that. But like, look, you have to give them credit, and they came out of nowhere, like, you know, to want to win it, and especially after losing to Cork twice heavily, I suppose. It was the league final, I know, like the league final, and obviously Munster as well. So, yeah, definitely Ballygunner and Tipperary for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great show. Aaron.
Yeah, I think club team of the year, I'd agree as well, Ballygunner. I think Sean's alluded to it very well there. Yeah, like what they did, coming through Munster, beating the Piershick, beating Stars as well, like beating great teams. And then like even coming through Martins recently as well. And sort of the adversity that they faced there. A team of the year is a inter-county team of the year is a tricky one. It's like a very torn between both Tipperary and Kerry. I have shaded it to Kerry just for the specific reasons of the teams that they beat and the way that they beat them. Like they beat Armagh, like the All-Ireland champions, like with their eyes closed really in that second half, having been behind. Cruise past Tyrone, Cruise past Donegal as well. Like, yeah, like what you said, Sean, I hate to admit it as well about rivals Kerry, to be honest. But I have to admit it, like they were breathtaking this year.
Matthew?
To be honest, lads, I think you're missing a glaring one for Club of the Year. The essence of Club of the Year is doing it on both codes and doing it on both fronts and continuously being at the top grade. For me, it's without a doubt, it's Aero Guinness, because they won the championship, senior championship in Clare, in football and in hurling. I think that was sensational. To do with both codes. I think they're the Club of the Year, in my opinion. Look, Ballygunner, brilliant run, but they're only a hurling club. They're not a football club. So I think Aero Guinness is probably going to be a Club of the Year. In terms of team of the year, I'd go for Kilcurran Clonberne LGFA. I just think the dominance of them was absolutely sensational in its own right. I think it was incredible in so many ways. If you talk about inter-county, I wouldn't go Kerry or Tipperary because I think there was blips along the way. In terms of perfection, I think the Tyrone under 20 footballers, because they beat everybody, literally beat everybody. And then in the final against Louth, they absolutely smoked them. Louth were decent enough, but they were absolutely sensational in that final. Owen McElhone, Rory McCullough, like it was just scintillating football at times. Like you look, Tipperary had to slip up in Munster. They finished third. Kerry should have lost to Cork. They lost to Meath. They didn't do well in the league. So throughout the whole season, I think it's the Tyrone under 20 footballers that should get team of the year with Kilcurran Clonberne LGFA.
Dublin LGFA team, good shout as well in terms of perfection. I think if we were to show one in there that they didn't lose in the entire year. Liam, your club and then team of the year?
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to go with Kilcurran Clonberne for both, but they're definitely my club of the year anyway. But I do also think Matthew makes a great point, and I'd also be giving a shout out to Finbars as well for all codes this year. They've been absolutely fantastic. I'm sure if they won the All-Ireland in the Camogie, and if Dingle didn't get that, I would still say outrageous 50-yard, 60-yard free at the end. We could have been talking very differently. But in terms of team of the year, I am going to go with Tip, but I'm going to go with them on the basis as well of Matthew makes a good point about Tyrone under 20s, Tipperary under 20 hurlers this year had a large majority of that team. So they had Andrew Ormond there, Oisin O'Donoghue, Darren McCarthy. And for them to seamlessly win the under 20 All-Ireland this year, I mean, they destroyed Kilkenny in the All-Ireland final. They got through Munster in fantastic fashion as well. And for those lads to then go on and win the All-Ireland for Tipperary as well. I mean, Andrew Ormond for me has been one of the standout players this year, and he has a big future ahead of him. I'm a huge fan of his. And look, Darren McCarthy, the performance he put into the All-Ireland final after having 2 red cards this year as well was absolutely sensational. So yeah, I'm going to go with Tipperary just based on the fact that they did win the All-Ireland senior, yes, but with some of those lads that also won an under 20 All-Ireland this year as well, I think it's been a very, very memorable year for them as well. But I will also give a special mention as well to Nafina. They won the All-Ireland. They came back and won the Dublin Championship, which is never an easy thing to do. And yeah, look, I know they lost to Martins in the end, but Martins went on to win the Leinster Championship, so I don't think there's any disgrace in that either. But yeah, they're my ones.
Yeah, and they got to the Dublin football final as well. So pretty good going from the Fina this year. Now we get to the funny business. Funniest moment of the year. There's some good shouts here. Funniest moment of the year 2025 on the Cúilín Media End of Year Awards. I'll go with the first one. Dublin's shock win over Limerick was made even more sweeter when you found out that Limerick had booked out the trains to go for the All-Ireland semi-finals, fully expecting that they were going to be there. But obviously Dublin had other ideas. That's my funny moment of the year. Lads, I'll get yours now. Matthew?
For me, it has to be, and we talk about the new rules and how it revolutionised Gaelic football. It was absolutely brilliant in so many ways. Conor Sketch's FRC video featuring Gerald Nan. I think that was absolutely sensational in its own right. Like, he was talking about which arc is that, Jim? There's two there. I can see two, and saying that if I hated the ref, I'd just abuse him to run him for him to run him down and look like a blue ass fly. Like, it was just so many good quotes in that, and it was so good in fairness. And George was talking about physical violence and verbal violence. Like, it was so good in fairness. And it literally had made stitches, that video, in fairness. So I think that was my funniest moment of the year. Obviously, the overconfidence of Limerick and Cork fans, I think, is definitely up there. And Adam Hogan's dive against Waterford. But for me, it's Conor Sketches.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Liam.
I think an honourable mention is the Kilshannig player being subbed off due to the driving lesson. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I believe 2 weeks later he passed his test, so fair play to him. But that was worth it.
It was worth it.
It was absolutely outrageous. But for me, it can only be one thing, and it is Matthew's relationship with Cusack Park.
Oh,
Zimmer Biomet.
Zimmer Biometric.
It's the most clunky sponsor I've ever heard of a stadium, and Matthew kept saying it. And me and Liam just couldn't. Anytime he said it, especially me and Liam, couldn't stop laughing. Like, it's just. And then the balloons as well. The balloon. And you give a shout to the podcast. The balloons popping up on Matthew's screen. It happens once every month, and we don't really know why. And then Aaron, as we saw in the pod tonight, for some reason Aaron kept getting booted out of podcasts left, right, and centre. We don't know what exactly was going on. Gavin has a great shout. Guy who got the tattoo for Cork.
I was going to say that, yeah. I was going to say
Why is there always some gobshite that does that? Why is there always, in every team, in every sport, just regardless, you will always have one fan that gets a tattoo before they've won anything. Sean, is that your...
Yeah, I was going to say it. Like, I couldn't remember if it was this year or last year, but I'm pretty sure it was this year. But yeah. Do you know Matthew? He was Cork fan, was he? Was he just so?
I don't know who he is, to be honest with you.
But
I think I want to know.
But yeah, I think that's, like, to be fair, I think that a lot of the country, that's how certain they were that this is Cork's time to win it and stuff. But it was kind of funny. And look, I mean, if they wanted it next year, he just has to change the 6 and really to 5 to 6.
You know what? There's a part of me that would be sad in some way if Cork won it next year, just because Hoggy retired. It'd be like Kieran Whelan-esque that, like, you retired just before they started winning again, and you came just after they finished winning.
Yeah,
in the initial.
It's the way it can go, isn't it? The way it goes. But yeah, that's definitely my funniest moment of the year.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, they were all pretty funny, lads. We are gonna go now to quote of the year, and we have lots of good ones here. But lads, I'm gonna throw this one up, and I'm just gonna see does anybody disagree with it, because it's such a good quote. It's Ronan Marr's quote in the All-Ireland final when in his acceptance speech. I mean, you can see I get it up here now for us. It was an absolutely beautiful quote.
That was it.
Yeah. We carried your spirit with us at every step of the way. You were in the dressing room. You were on the field of play. You were in our hearts. Ronan Marr on Dylan Quirk. And that was when he was accepting the cup as Tipperary captain at the end of the All-Ireland final. It's tough to beat that one, lads.
I think the only one to sort of rival it is only because I thought this was brilliant when he said it. Donald Logan, Adam Hogan's dive, calling out bullshit just live on air. I will say that one as a funny one, but I would agree. Ronan Maher's speech was that, and I met Ronan 2 weeks after that final as well. He was being honoured in Portlaoise because that's where he works as a guard. And I even asked him about it, and sure, he just said, regardless of whatever happens for the rest of his career, that speech will be the proudest moment. So that was really nice.
It's a nice touch. Are we ready to move on, lads? Just looking at the time. Is it, unless anyone disagrees strongly with those two quotes? So what we'll jump to next, and again, this one's I'm jumping a bit ahead, but we've got two that we can strongly debate. I don't think there's anything really to challenge Killala for this song. Yeah. Is there? Sean, you look like you might be thinking.
I don't know, yeah. Geez, now you put it on me, yeah. It's definitely up there, like. Has to be. I think it's easily the most known song in Ireland this year. It has to be, like.
Yeah.
Whether, yeah.
I just remember walking out of Croke Park after Dublin losing to Cork and hearing After All Blair and just like I was like, conceded 7 goals. I'm hearing this shit.
I think another song by Kingfisher, which I actually think is a better song than Killa, Diamonds and Roses is a good shout as well.
Yeah,
I probably upset a lot of people saying that, but yeah.
No, they're very good suggestions. But we're gonna dive straight back in. Jimmy's Winning Matches version 3. It's a very good shout. We have here as well the last two that we can strongly debate. And this one, shock of the year. So huge options here for this one. Shock of the year 2025 on the Cúilín Media End of Year Awards. Shock of the year 2025. I'm going for Dublin beating Limerick. I just think nobody saw that coming. And especially after the red card to Crummy, I thought it looked pretty bleak for Dublin, but just the way we fought back, the 2 goals in quick succession from John Heatherton, Keane O'Sullivan. It's one of the happiest days of my life as a Dublin hurling fan. That's my shock of the year. Aaron, I'll throw it over to you next. I'm expecting you to pick the same.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, I completely agree. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the game, but when you were watching it, you were thinking like, this is just unbelievable. You know, like I remember on my own channel on TikTok as well, I predicted Limerick to win, I think, by 25 points before the game. So it's fair to say I was not very confident that Dublin would be able to do it. But the more that the game went on, you were thinking, right, this is on. This is absolutely on here. Just incredible.
Yeah, I couldn't be at that game. I wasn't around at all to be there that day, but I was with my friends. I was with my friends, and basically we had the phone up, and just gradually as the game went on, everyone just started getting closer and closer to the phone. We're all just, as the game went on, slowly just thinking, holy shit, this is on. We're going to beat them. And then just the way the lads defended was unbelievable. Gavin is a great one. The Limerick footballers getting further than the hurling this season. Crazy, that's mental. Meath beating Dublin beating Limerick, Louth winning Leinster. Some great shouts coming in. Sean, what was your shock of the year?
Yeah, I suppose I kind of alluded on there a small bit, but it has to be Tip winning the All-Ireland by 16 points. Like, who would have thought of it? I don't think you say Dublin beating Limerick. Who would have thought that? But I think easily, I definitely thought this was Cork's year. Especially going on and beating Dublin and then getting to the final. I was like, surely now this is their time to want to win it, and maybe next year it will. But I did not see. Maybe if you were Tip or to win, you might say by a point or two. But 16 points, I didn't see it coming at all. Especially at half time when Cork looked to be comfortable. But so it's just that's why we love hurling, isn't it? Yeah. So it goes. Yeah.
That's the seeds of why people thought there was a scrap at halftime. I'm still convinced because no one could wrap their brain around what the fuck happened in that second half. It made sense that something. I feel like that's why that rumor took off so fast.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of momentum as well. Tip just got that bit of a kind of two goals fairly quick and all of that. That's something can change a game, you know. And yeah, I think sometimes we come in as an underdog, maybe like it's probably you've nothing to lose, isn't it? Go all out, like. You know.
Matthew, I'll throw it to you next for your shock of the year.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Sean, 2 points in the second half.
Right.
I think that's on the list. That's it was just unexpected in so many ways. And to be honest, just sticking on that before I get on to one that I wanted to go with different. I was chatting to a Tip journalist after the game and saying, "Well done, fair play, All-Ireland champions." And he was saying, "Geez, man, what happened to Cork?" And I'm like, I don't want to be reminded, man. Seriously, like, you know, it's just that kind of time, but it was just shocking in so many ways. Yeah, 2 points in the second half in a normal game of hurling is unbelievably bad, but in an All-Ireland final, that's shocking. Really, it is.
What do you think? What do you think went wrong in the second half? It just not worked from like
just momentum from a Tip point of view, but momentum from Cork point of view as well. Because if you remember, Patrick Horgan missed a free at the start of the second half, and I think as the half went on, Cork started to doubt themselves even more. And Ronan Maher being the sweeper, look, every time Cork poked the ball into the forwards, they were poking it straight into Ronan Maher. Ronan Maher had an excellent game, but poke it straight into him. And then in the flip side to it, when Maher got the ball, he poked it straight up to the full forward line. Epitomised obviously by the John McGrath goal, the third goal for Tip, which ultimately killed it off. So I think Cork played it terrible in the second half, but look, there's always next year. But anyway, other two really good suggestions in my opinion. All-Ireland champions Clare might be going under the radar. They only won 2 games in all competitions this year. Clare.
Yeah, very poor, weren't they?
They're both against Limerick.
Both against Limerick. That's nuts. Like
It's just everybody beats Limerick this year, is it?
So it's not that big of a shock, is it?
It's probably not a shock to be fair. Yeah,
I think, lads.
I'm only joking.
To be fair, I think my shock of the year, and I think I was genuinely shocked when this happened. Darren McCarthy's red card against Cork, because number one, he's a 19-year-old. Second of all, it happened before the game even started. I don't think I've ever seen that. It was just that kind of shocking moment that you're like living in an alternate universe or something. Like, it was just unreal in so many ways. And I don't think you lads have ever seen that, have you? A guy getting sent off before the game starts?
No, very rare.
But not red cards, no.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was nuts. That was absolutely insane. Have we got? I think as well. We're talking about Aaron. You had the stat, wasn't it? Cork's 2-point performance in the second half. It was the worst output in an All-Ireland final half since 1894. Something. It was something
like that. Yeah, something
crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
Can I get your shock of the year, Liam?
It's Dublin, Limerick. 100%. Didn't see it coming. I do think Dublin are a good hurling team, and I think they're going to do really well this year. I actually putting out the prediction this year. I think it's going to be between us and you for the Leinster final against Kilkenny. So that shows how biased I am. But yeah, I didn't see it coming. I thought Limerick. I thought we were getting a Cork Limerick All-Ireland final, and yeah, John Heatherton and Cian O'Sullivan said no. So yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. And it changed the championship as well, because it switched up the semi-final draws. Am I not mistaken in saying?
Yeah.
So it really did change the whole course of the championship. The final category, lads, we crossed it. I think this is a record for how far we've gone, and we haven't been too delusional yet, but we'll see what we come out with here. Category 15, individual performance of the year, and there are some huge shouts for this. And because this one is so difficult to decide, I'll put the nominees up on the screen just to remind us. David Clifford against Armagh, Gavin White against Donegal, Stephen Sherlock against Dingle, Joe O'Connor against Cork, Conor Burke against Limerick, Rory Beggan against Kilcoo, Jack O'Connor against Ballyhale, Orla Nolan against Meath, Avian Cleary against Kerry, Cathal Mannion against Wexford, Cian Lynch against Cork, Ronan Maher against Cork, John McGrath against Clare, Hannah Tyrrell against Galway, Aoife Donoghue against Cork, and Cormac Spain against Clare in the All-Ireland minor final. The year's so long, lads, you'd forget. I started off with Cian Lynch's display against Cork. That first day out was magic.
Unreal.
And like, you'd forget it now almost because of how the year panned out. Sean, I'll come to you first. What performance jumps out to you from 2025?
Yeah, there's so many. But I think Ronan Maher in the final, I don't know who was alluding it there. He was catching balls near the whole game, and it was kind of, John McGrath got the goals maybe, but I think he was like the centre point, I think, for Tip to want to win the second half. And yeah, I think he did get man of the match, didn't he? I think in the final after. And yeah, it just shows what character he is like as well. So yeah, definitely Ronan Maher against Cork.
That was a great show. Great show. He did an unbelievable job on Brian Hayes as well. He was coming into that game in red hot form.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Individual performance of the year. Who are you thinking?
I'm going to go someone at the club championship. I'm going to go Stephen Sherlock against Dingle. He scored 16 points, 12 in the first half. Absolutely sensational display from him, and showed what a good footballer he was. And the ironic thing about this performance was St. Finbar still lost again, and he got man of the match. Look, that's another discussion for another day. I don't think he should have been interviewed after the game, but look, it was just a sensational display by Sherlock. Imagine you'd struggle to find teams at club level scoring 16 points in one game. So for Sherlock to score 16 points, I think Colin Parks put up a tweet as well about Kilcoo and Scottstown. Within, I think it was 36 minutes, Sherlock already got his 16 points against Dingle. Scottstown and Kilcoo between them got, I think it was 12. So or 9, I think it was, even lower. So it was just a really good performance, especially at the time of year as well. So I'm going to go Stephen Sherlock.
Fan suggestion is in here. Dublin is great saying Seán O'Shea against Armagh. That is a great shout.
Yeah.
And that's been one that's been put in by the fans as well on the social media. Jack, big shout out to him. Dropped it in under our Instagram post as well. You're saying Aoife Donoghue.
Yeah.
Liam, what one jumps out to you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with one completely different. I'm going to go with Cathal Mannion against Wexford, where he scored 17 points. Similarly to Sherlock, I mean, you're scoring 16, 17 points as an individual in a game is absolutely outrageous. And just considering how much of a poor year generally Galway did have, and, you know, as much as a lot of players really didn't perform this year, Cathal Mannion was the exception. He was to Galway this year what Lee Chin has been to Wexford over the last number of years. And his game this year absolutely grew and grew. Like even seeing him the day we lost to him in Tullamore, like even just seeing him in person, how much bigger he's gotten and how much his strike is absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going to go with Cathal Mannion against Wexford just to be different as well. But I think a big shout out as well to Cian Lynch against Cork. He was absolutely unbelievable that day and just showed us the magic that he can produce on his best day.
Aaron?
Oh, it was muted there. Seán O'Shea versus Armagh for me. Like I was looking at David Clifford versus Armagh. Like obviously had a phenomenal game. I thought John McGrath as well for Tipperary in the final was outrageous. Ronan Maher as well. But I think Seán O'Shea in total, like he scored 6 points in the game. I think 1-2 pointer I remember in the first half, where he was given the big celebration afterwards. But like it wasn't just what he was scoring, it was his overall play, like his tackling, like picking out some of the players in front of him, whether it be David Clifford and a few others. Yeah, his performance was absolutely next level altogether. So we'll go with Seán O'Shea.
Seán O'Shea. Now, am I correct in saying that I've got all of your answers?
Yeah.
Lead to get any honourable mention from Peter. I'll give my personal individual performance of the year. There's some great shouts. I want to mention Seán O'Shea against Armagh. I think it's a great shout, Aaron. Orla Nolan against Meath, when you think she came back from an injury into the All-Ireland final, one of her, one of the longest that she played in such a long time. She was absolutely amazing winning player of the match in that final. You have to mention that. John McGrath against Clare. I think it's such a crucial game. His performance and what turned out to be a pivotal win was absolutely sensational that day. Gavin saying outside suggestion, Charlie Smith from Down is flying it across the pond for the Saints in the NFL. That'd be a mad one if we went with that, Gavin, but it's a really, really good shout. But my individual performance of the year is David Clifford against Donegal in the All-Ireland final. I think the time to turn up, and by God did he turn up. You think about, Sean, you mentioned first 2 pointer in an All-Ireland final, and then the 2 that he nailed right on the buzzer at half time. He was just sensational, and his year was unbelievable. But in the All-Ireland final, with Brendan McCall marking him, with all eyes on him, he turned up. And it can't be easy to do that time and time again. He's a generational player, and that was personally my favourite performance of the year. I think a massive shout has to go to Aoife Donoghue as well, just before I wrap up. She took the fight to Cork in that All-Ireland final. Carrie Dolan was brilliant that day as well. There's a lot of great shouts, and that one certainly will cause a lot of debate. But lads, it's been an absolute pleasure. 2 hours and 8 minutes in the book. And thanks so much to Seán Carroll. Can we get a round of applause to Seán Carroll jumping on the show? Seán, thanks for it. Look forward to doing some more work with you in the future, please God. And thanks to everybody that got involved in the discussion, in the comments, everything like that. You helped to make the episode really enjoyable. That's it for 2025 with Cúilín Media. When we see you again on Thursday, it will be 2026. But until then, enjoy the new year. Agus Torah.
Instinct, baby. Follow your instinct.